I'm about to get kicked out in the hotel room. My last night in the hotel room. I'm going to be home soon. I'm going to scream it. I don't care. Stand up, New York Giant fans. What's going on, New York Giants family? Didn't make a video today about it. Figured I'd go live, talk to you guys for a bit. Haven't done a one-on-one Q&A with you guys in a bit. I've had a lot of guests on, and I felt like it would be appropriate to do a Q&A. I'll have a preview up tomorrow between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. The New York Giants trying to go for their fourth straight win. They got their third straight win for the first time since 2016 this past week against the Cincinnati Bengals. We're going up against Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Of course, the big question mark coming into this game is the quarterback position. Daniel Jones was shown throwing on the sideline today while at practice. People making a big deal about it. The media trying to get some clicks, I think. I don't expect him to play. We all know that Joe Judge comes from the Bill Belichick school of thinking. I think he's going to play games with the opposing team. He's not going to try to give away the competitive advantage. I don't expect to see Daniel Jones in this contest. I think you'll see Colt McCoy at quarterback. The Giants will have to make do. And in my opinion, that means running the football. The same thing they've done the last 3 or 4 weeks. Have to be a run-first approach, set up the pass, give yourself some opportunities in the passing game. Second and manageable, third and manageable. That has to be the approach the Giants take. I think it's the same game plan on offense we've had the last 4 weeks. I think they need to continue to do that. Run the football. Don't turn the football over. Be selectively aggressive on defense. I think that's what the New York Giants got to do. You can't get beat over the top with the passing game. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Simon? What's going on, Throwdowns? What's going on, Moves? What's going on, David? What's going on, Swaggertron? JD Davis, Jed Chi in the house, Victor in the house, Nicholas in the house, Chuck in the house, Moose in the house. Thank you guys for being there. BK React, Chris Leone, Russell in the house, Dust Thunder in the house, man. What's going on, Justin? What's going on, Jet G? John, thank you guys so much for being here. What's up, Sabrina? What's going on, Mr. Tots? Thanks for popping to the stream. What's up, Chris? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Caitlin? What's going on, Andrew Sanchez? James Carpenter with the goat emoji. I appreciate that, James, man. Thank you so much for being here. What's going on, Tornado? What's going on, Peter Parker? Feel like a superhero. What's going on, Giants girl in Florida? Stand up. What's up, Max Webster? Patrick Graham is in the chat. Patrick, you have done such a phenomenal job with this defense. I mean, you really have. And I kind of want to pick your brain. I wish I could have you on the channel to see what you want to do in this game. I think you got to be aggressive. I think you got to continue to blitz when the opportunity presents itself. Isaac Yiadom is certainly a liability at that second cornerback spot. And we'll see what the New York Giants come out with this week, no doubt about it. Kristaps Porzingis. What's up, KP? He says, that was ugly yesterday. Now you know my concerns. The Steelers, you know what? I'm going to give the Steelers credit, KP. The Steelers win ugly. The Steelers win ugly. And you know what? That's what good teams do. And the Steelers have found ways to win football games at the end of the day. I do think Washington's going to give you guys a bit of a fight. What's up, Yvonne, man? Thanks for popping on the stream. What's going on, Aiden? What's going on, Mike, man? Thanks for popping on the stream. Eli, what's up? What's up? What's up, Aiden? What's going on, Chuck Clark? I don't know what's ahead of what. Everybody in the chat, say hello to Bobby. I see Bobby popped in the chat. We all know that we got to say hello to Bobby whenever you get the opportunity. Say it about 8 times. Mark Hernandez says the Giants are winning this game. Coming in confident. I think we're going to have an opportunity to win the game. I definitely don't think it's going to be a blowout by any stretch of the imagination. I'm definitely not going into this game thinking it's going to be a blowout. We got to continue to do what we've been doing, man. It's not rocket science. It's run the football, stop the run, create turnovers. The Seattle Seahawks have not been allergic to turnovers throughout the year. I mean, in their losses, they've turned the football over a ton, if you look at it. They turned the ball over 10 times in their 3 losses. They've only turned the ball over 4 times in their 8 wins. And, of course, that's not rocket science. If you create turnovers, you're more than likely to win football games. But Russell Wilson and this offense has definitely not been allergic to turnovers. And I think the Giants are going to have to try to create some. Gideon Vincrency, I didn't see it pop up on here, but there it is. Oh, I got Aiden too. Yeah, you see, this thing skips around. I'll read it on my phone so I don't miss any of these. Thank you to everybody for being here. I appreciate it. There's Gideon. He says, New York Giants D, top 3 in the NFL D. We're going to bring it. I'm not ready to commit that much yet. I'm not going to say top 3, but we're definitely getting there. We're certainly a top 10 defense. We're second in quarterback knockdowns. I think we're 11th in sacks. This is our toughest test, Gideon. Here's what I'm going to say. If the New York Giants defense puts out a great effort in this game against this offense, I am fully bought in 1,000% that we're a legit top 5 defense in the league. If we could hold Seattle to 17, 20, 21 points, I'm going to be fully bought in. We have not gone up against a test like this. Our weakness on the defense is definitely at that second cornerback spot. We'll see how they respond. We'll see how they decide to do things. We'll see if McKinney is using this game as well. Wasn't used a lot last week. That's going to be a major question mark coming in. Aiden says, do you trust Colt McCoy to start if he needs to? He's going to start. Aiden, I've already accepted that. Colt McCoy starting in this game. I'm not banking on Daniel Jones. That is a soft tissue injury. I am not going to rush him back. I'm not going to re-aggravate that injury. I'm not doing it. He's got to be 100% to play in this game. I'm not doing it. If he could play and he's completely healthy, I roll the dice. Colt McCoy is going to be the quarterback in this game. And do I trust him? He's a veteran. His job in this game is to be what Alex Smith has been for Washington. That's a game manager. That's a guy that doesn't turn the football over. If he does that, he gives us an opportunity to win the game if our defense could continue to play the way they've been playing and we're able to run the ball the way that we have. Another huge key in this game, what we've been doing really good the last couple of weeks, both on offense and defense, third down conversion rate. We're going to have to convert on third down on offense. We're going to have to get off the field on third down on defense. Our opponents are 3 for 19 on third down the last 2 weeks. That needs to continue. New York Giants are going to need to continue to convert on third down and get off the field on third down. If they could do that, they give themselves an opportunity in this game, but they can't turn the football over. They got to find a way to create some turnovers. But I'm going to give them a chance. Steven, man, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I know we don't talk about other games, but do you think we can win against the Ravens if RG3 starts? I think we can win against the Ravens if Lamar Jackson starts. I really do. I mean, you look at the Ravens. First off, by the time we play the Ravens, and again, don't take it like I'm picking us, but I think we could beat them. If you look at the Ravens right now, they're 6-5, and I know they play a soft schedule, but if they somehow fall out of that playoff race by then, they might have nothing to play for. We'll see, and it's not like Lamar Jackson's been lighting up the league this year. I think we could play with the Ravens. They got a good defense, though. Make no mistake about it, and Lamar Jackson will be we'll worry about it when we get there. 1 week at a time, but I'm not going to tell you we can't beat them with Lamar Jackson in there, and I think at that point Lamar Jackson would be. If RG3 was in there, we definitely could beat them. No doubt in my mind, we definitely could beat them if RG3 was in there. Just want to make sure I didn't miss any others. The skips around. That's what I do. I don't think and I'm not even going to pull that one up. But Nick, thank you so much for the $1 donation. I appreciate it. Dr. Demolition. Let me get you. Dr. Demolition usually, I didn't read it yet. He usually comes at me with something. New York is disgusting. New Yorkers are gross. Your franchise is dusty. Repent now, entertainer. Oh, God. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch, Dr. Demolition. You always come in here. You're always throwing haymakers. I'm happy to. I love the New York Giants. I love New York Giants football. I love all my New York sports teams. I ain't going to let you get at me, my man. Chizola, man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. They sleeping on my boy, Colt McCoy. Upset. Chizola, I sure hope so, man. He's gonna have to be efficient. He's gonna have to convert on third down, and we're gonna have to continue to run. We're not gonna win this game if we air the ball out 40 times. I'm telling you right now, we're not. We're going to have to keep doing what we've been doing, and that's sloppy football. G-Man, man, thank you so much, man. Stand up, new member. Welcome to the channel, man. I really do appreciate the support, man. Thank you so much, man. I see Kid Blue's in the chat. I love Kid Blue, man. What's up, buddy? Christian, what's going on, man? He says, your thoughts on how Colt is going to perform against the Seattle defense that's been shaky, and how do you think the defense will play? It's been shaky, but it's been better the last 3 weeks if you look at it. Now, I got to wait till the injury report. That's why I haven't done the game. It's not just for the Giants. It's also for Seattle. They have a couple of key players on that defense that may not play in this game, Dunbar being one of them. So we're going to have to wait and see with the injury report. But if we could run properly and get into second and third manageable, I think Colt McCoy could have an efficient game. I don't think he's going to go out there and throw for 4,000 yards. But if you look at it, Nick Mullins had a great game against them. 245 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Ryan Fitzpatrick threw for 311 yards. If we have a balanced offense and we set them up in good opportunities, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, we're dead. But if we get him in 3rd and 2, 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5s, I think he could have a solid game. I really do. But it's about set, and the game plan is going to be a big part of this game. Jason Garrett has to come out with a very good game plan. He's going to be put to the test this week. It's not going to be an easy game to win, but I think we're going to give ourselves an opportunity to win it if we play mistake-free football. And there he is again. I didn't mean to pull that up. Nick, man, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, man, the trolls are out and about lately. Zach, man, thank you very much, man. I think this is a trap game for the Seahawks. Do you? I don't think so, because the Seahawks right now, they're in a divisional race. The NFC West is loaded with talent. They're trying to hold on to win that NFC West. I don't think they're taking this game lightly. The New York Giants are coming in with 3 straight wins. I hope it's a trap game. And I'm going to tell you what, for all the Eagles fans in here, the Philadelphia Eagles, they gave them every opportunity in the book to win that football game. The Philadelphia Eagles handed them that game. The New York Giants are not going to do that. The play calling is not going to be the same. The New York Giants will not do that. If the Eagles had Joe Judge as their coach, I said it in my video, I legitimately think the Philadelphia Eagles may very well won that football game. That's how bad of a job Doug Peterson did in that game. I think Seattle's beatable, but it's going to be very challenging with Colt McCoy at the quarterback. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Let's see what we got. Let me just make sure I didn't skip anybody. Angel, man, thank you very much. I'm just going to go on my phone, make sure I didn't skip anybody. You guys are the best, man. This chat is loaded. We had 100 people before I went live. I can never say thank you enough for all the support you guys always show on the channel. Angel says, Chris, I'm worried about Russell Wilson running. You should be worried about his throwing as well. He could do both. And I talked to Art Stapleton actually on Twitter. I thought I said it earlier in the day, and then he kind of reaffirmed what I thought. I think Joe Judge today and the New York Giants made a very underrated acquisition. And it's not going to be for the game, but it's for practicing for the game. And that's Joe Webb. They picked up Joe Webb. Joe Webb's now going to be on the practice squad. And I think they're going to simulate Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray the next 2 weeks. He's a mobile quarterback. He's a guy that is going to help them practice for these 2 games. I thought it was a really smart pickup for the New York Giants to prepare for these 2 quarterbacks they got coming up. But yeah, Russell Wilson could use the legs. There's no doubt about it. And he probably throws the most pretty deep ball in football, the way that thing dips. And I've said it all week now. The New York Giants have got to come out with a conservative game plan. I know Bad Dog hates zone. I know a lot of New York Giants fans hate zone. This week, the New York Giants are going to have to play a lot of zone. I don't trust Isaac Yiadom going up against these corners one-on-one, wide receivers rather, one-on-one. This is a big play offense. You saw him tear apart the Philadelphia Eagles. The Giants are going to have to hold strong in the red zone. So we'll see what happens. But I think we got to play some zone in this game. But we also got to be selectively aggressive. They've given up the 4th most sacks in football. DR, man, thank you very much, man. I had a dream that the Giants beat the Seahawks in overtime. Well, I hope your dream is right. I've been dreaming about it all week. So I want to win in regulation, though. I don't want to have to sweat that out. I'd much rather win in 4 quarters than 5. I don't want to sweat it out, man. Don't do that to me. Could you imagine me on stream this week if it takes 5 quarters to win this football game? I really don't want to do that. Yuri, man, thank you very much, man. The Giants need to get DJ a massage therapist and a third guy. I had so many people in all the streams I've done so far this week. By the way, podcast is going to be coming out tomorrow. I'm going to mention in my video when I do my preview video. I got to shout those guys out. They did a great job. They were hysterical. They talked about this too. They're an up-and-coming podcast, so definitely I'll point you guys to them. But, yeah, I had so many people in these last couple of streams I've been doing have been telling me that they would donate their hamstrings so Daniel Jones could play this week. And you know what? You guys are that crazy that I believe that you actually would. I actually believe that you actually would. What's going on, Baruch, man? Thanks for popping in the stream, buddy. I appreciate it. Darth Liquor in the building. He says, did they say Jones isn't playing? It's not confirmed yet, Darth. I still got the hoodie on, by the way. You guys see that, right? I still got the hoodie on, by the way. Jones, they have not said that yet. But like I said, maybe he'll play, but I'm not banking on it. I know Joe Judge comes from the Bill Belichick line of thinking. I don't think that they're going to tip their hand. I don't think, even if they know Jones isn't playing, all signs point to that he's not. Colt McCoy's getting the first team reps. They brought in Joe Webb. Now that could be to simulate for their upcoming quarterback. They signed Alex Tanney. All signs point to that Jones will not be playing. I'm not anticipating it. Now, from the way that he looked in the videos on the sideline, it gives me a lot of hope that he could be back for Arizona. And Arizona is the game I have circled, in my opinion, if Jones plays and he's 100%, is probably the most winnable game on our schedule of these next 4 games before Dallas. So if he's back before that game, I'm going to give the Giants a very good chance to win it. And we'll see what we do this week. I just want this team to continue to play tough, play fundamentally sound. Hopefully the offensive line continues to do what they've been doing. But thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, buddy. And I think I got Aiden. I did not. He says, I just want to make sure I didn't skip anybody else. Thank you to everybody for being here again. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to get a sip of water in a second. And Aiden, I think Aiden was next. Just want to make sure because sometimes the phone and the StreamYard are off. Aiden says, how do you think Bradbury will match up against DK? I don't think he's going to mirror him. He has not mirrored him wide receiver all year. That's not what the Giants have done. I think Bradbury is going to stick to his side of the field. They'll move DK around. They'll try to create mismatches. But I think Bradbury will do a good job. Bradbury's done a great job all year. I'm not too worried about Bradbury. It's more the other side of the field. Now, Yadam's done good, but he has not had a test like this. They've got weapons all over the football field. I think the Giants are going to sell out. Like I said, I think they're going to play back. I think they're going to say, we're going to give you 20-20. We're going to hope you make some mistakes. And when you get close into the red zone, we're going to try to come up tight. I think that's going to be the mindset. And then they're going to try to buckle down when they got that 12th defender in the end zone. That's my opinion, because right now I don't think you could trust Isaac Yiadom going up against these wide receivers. But I could be wrong. Maybe they come out ultra aggressive. Thank you very much, man. I do appreciate it, buddy. And Dan Hassler, man, thank you so much, man. With McCoy and the RPO could still be effective. Control the clock, create turnovers, take advantage of every opportunity, and bend but don't break on D. Fundamentally sound, man. We can't make mistakes, and we need to create mistakes on the other side. And Wilson has not been allergic to mistakes this year. He really hasn't. He's got more interceptions than Daniel Jones does. So we have to create situations where we could try to, create turnovers, and we cannot turn the football over. And you're right. I do think they'll use McCoy a bit in the running game. You saw it this past week. They used him in the running game. He's definitely got some wheels. And I don't think the game plan changes. I don't. Maybe a few less shots down the field because they don't trust him as much as Jones. But I don't think overall the game plan changes. I think the Giants come out with the same game plan for the most part they've had the last 4 weeks. And that's running the football as much as they can. They ran it 42 times last week. They ran 36 times the week before. I think we're going to try to run the football. Tom, man, thank you very much, man. Theragun is good for things other than massages, by the way. Okay, Tom. Okay, Tom. Tom, what's going on, man? Thanks for popping to the stream, man. Acupuncture did it for my hammy. Yeah, see, I talked to a lot of people this past week. Subscribers of mine have told me they've had hammy injuries and they're reoccurring, and you want to make sure that you don't rush the guy out there. That's what I worry about more than anything. Rudy, man, thank you very much, man. You move it to I am coming back tomorrow. Yeah, I was away. I was with a lot of people. I did the diligent thing. I made sure I got tested. I made sure I isolated myself for a week, and then I'm going back home tomorrow. So that's why I've been in a hotel. I went away for a wedding, a lot of people. So that's why I've been in the hotel. But I'm leaving tomorrow. You'll see the green screen tomorrow. This is my last day in the hotel. I promise you. So, Rudy, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, man. Let's see what we got here. Cairo, man, thank you very much, man. Did you get – no, I did not, Cairo. I didn't. I have not seen Eagles 0-1. I have not got my $100 that I would have gladly ponied up had the Eagles lost. Last time I make a bet on YouTube, Cairo. It is what it is, man. I knew that they were going to, so that was easy money, man. And Rakib, man, thank you very much, man. Judge trying to confuse Carroll by ruling Jones out. He hasn't ruled Jones out. That's the thing. He's trying to confuse him because he hasn't committed to ruling him out. He doesn't want him to know how to prepare for this football game because it's a completely different game plan if it's Daniel Jones. So I think that's what it is, Rakib. But thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And let's see if I get a sip of water. Thank you to everybody for being here. I really do appreciate it. Rakib, thank you very much, man. Sugar Tots. Hit that like, Melvin Martinez says. Thank you to everybody who paid for your hotel. I did, Baruch. I did. My brother didn't. You know my brother wasn't gonna. But thank you to everybody for being here. If you haven't done so, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell. I'm not going to make my brother pay for it. It was his wedding. Let's see what we got here. They didn't pay up. Wow, terrible. It is what it is. I mean, they're Eagles fans. Are you surprised? That's the first thing I should have realized. Eagles fans, we're talking about the most disgusting people on planet Earth. You think a Philadelphia Eagles fan is going to pony up the dough on a $100 bet? We're talking about fans who eat shit, horse shit, after they win the Super Bowl. You think they're going to pay up on a $100 bet? It is what it is. You learn. You live and you learn. But thank you so much for being here, man. I really do appreciate it. And I think Rudy, my man, he says, duck the bridesmaids question. Smooth operator. Rudy, man, I hope all is well in Arizona, man. I love Rudy. Thank you so much for being here, man. Luann says, true. Listen, they're disgusting people. They are. They're disgusting people. Have you ever seen some of these Eagles fans? Did you get a chance to see the roundtable with Bear? I did not. I didn't even know it was going live. I was hanging out in the hotel. I didn't even know it was going live. So when I'm not on YouTube, because I'm on it so much, I try to pop in whenever I can, but I try to get away from it as well because I'm on it all the time. Whether I'm on my actually, that's what it was. When I was live, when Bad Dog was live, rather, I was doing the podcast. The podcast I was just telling you guys about that's going to be out tomorrow. I was on Clapback Sports Podcast. So that's why I wasn't in the live stream. On top of it, I was doing a podcast. Let's see what we got here. My mom's an Eagles fan. Well, I'm sure your mom's a great person, but I would never make a bet with your mom. I mean, you live and learn. Eagles fans. It is what it is, man. This guy says, you Giants fans crack me up. Who do you root for? Marijuana? Who do you root for? What are you, a Seahawks fan? What are you, an Eagles fan? Washington fan? Let's see what we got here. I'm leaving the hotel tomorrow. Do you think Wentz is done? Now, that's a great question. I think Doug Peterson is done. And I think I'm not making excuses for Wentz. Wentz has not played well this year. Doug Peterson sucks, though. He is horrible. But the thing is this. I was talking to Eagles fans in my Discord today, Bigger Mike. If I'm an Eagles fan, I don't know if it's the optimal approach to fire Doug Peterson this year. And I'm going to tell you why. If you look at the Philadelphia Eagles right now, there is not a worse situation to go to. There's no cap space. You're forced your quarterback. You have age veterans you can't cut. So if I'm the Eagles and I fire Peterson, I'm going to get the bottom of the barrel. The top-tier coaches ain't going to sign up for that situation. It's kind of like the Giants in 2018. I think that's kind of why they ended up with Pat Shurmur. If I'm an Eagles fan, I don't know if I'm rushing to fire Peterson. I might wait another year, fire him and Roseman together, clean house, start the rebuild, bring in your coach from scratch with a new situation. Because if they bring in a coach this year, I don't know. If I'm a coach, I'm not looking to go to that destination. Dr. Demolition Man, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. He says, the only thing worse than Daniel Jones is the New York accent. Jesus. Can you all learn to speak properly? Dr. Demolition, man. Now he's making fun of my voice. Now he's making fun of my voice. It is what it is. I love my New York accent. You don't like it? Goodbye. See ya. See ya. Zach, man, thank you so much, man, for the $2 donation. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you very much, buddy. And Samuel Weber says, Pennsylvania is the worst state ever. Well, they got a lot of Eagles fans. You know, it's not a good start, Sam. It's not a good start. They got a lot of Eagles fans. They got a lot of Phillies fans. It's not a good start, Sam. It's not a good start, man. And let's see what we got here. You son of a bitch. What's up, Bigger Mike? See Bad Dog's in the chat. What's going on, Bad Dog? What's going on? Yeah, I said a dirty hooker in my hotel. Shireen says, congrats to your brother. Enjoying first place. Hope we stay there. Shireen, thank you very much. Me too. I mean, we got a tough schedule coming up. Here's the thing, though. If you look at the NFC East this week, Washington's playing Pittsburgh, and I do think Washington could keep that game close, but I am picking Pittsburgh. Dallas is playing Baltimore. Lamar Jackson's supposed to be back. And I'm going to tell you what. If I called up Bad Dog, Kid Blue, Authentic, OGR, the Hub, all the Giants content creators, I think right now we might be able to beat the Dallas Cowboys. So I think Dallas is probably going to lose to the Ravens. And, I think every team in the division is going to lose this week. So even if we lose, there's a good chance we're still going to be in first place. Samuel, thank you very much, man. He says, I go to school in Minnesota, and they always knock my Jersey accent. Sam, who cares? People knock New York. People hate us because they want to be us. People hate us because they want to be us. I say it all the time. And Tom Time, man, thank you very much. I appreciate it. The Philadelphia people, get out of here. Listen. How could you be proud of a city that your most famous landmark, people literally go to your city to climb the steps of a fictitious movie character, and your most famous statue is of Rocky Balboa? He's not even a real person. He's a movie character. That's all you need to know about Philadelphia. But thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it, man. And Jared, man, thank you very much, man. Bud Dupree, form ACL. Can we get him for cheap? I don't think that we're gonna get Bud Dupree in free agency. ACL takes a year to recover, so I don't see it. I don't think that we'll be signing him. If I had to guess, I do not think that he will be a New York Giant next year. I don't see him garnering a lot of interest because of it. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I don't think so. I think that's definitely going to hurt him on the open market. And Ash Money, thank you very much, man. You feel like Danny's going to be back next week? I'm leaning that way. I think the Giants will be cautious. Ash Money, I think the Giants will be cautious, and he's going to have to be close to 100% for them to put him in. But based off what I saw in the video today, I don't think they're going to rush him back. I don't expect to see him this week. I've said that numerous times. I don't expect to see him this week. But I think by the Arizona game, I'm definitely at least 65, 70% leaning that he'll be playing for Arizona. And we're going to need him in that game. There's no doubt about it. You're going to have to put up points going up against Kyler Murray in that offense. So we're going to need DJ in that game. That's going to be a huge test. I think we'll see him, but I'm not 100% sold on it. I'm almost positive we're not going to see him this week. Lax, man, thank you very much, man. Lived in Pennsylvania for 1 year in college, and it was the year we won the Super Bowl. I wore my Giants jersey everywhere and flipped all the Eagles fans the bird. I'm just kidding, man. I've actually been to Philadelphia several times. I actually like Philadelphia. I'm just kidding. I'm playing. I don't hate the people of Philadelphia. I've been there several times. I actually run the marathon there, 26 miles. I run the Philadelphia Marathon. I ate at both Pat's and Geno's right after, so I got all the calories back. But Philadelphia's actually a nice city. Christian, man, thank you very much, man. That rant on Eagles fans was the funniest thing I've ever heard. Please say they're disgusting just one more time. Christian, they're repulsive. They're disgusting. They literally eat horseshit after they win Super Bowls. That is a true statement. You can look it up on YouTube. When Giants fans win Super Bowls, they drink beers. They go to bars. They eat horseshit. Let's see what we got here. And Rick Cohen, man, thank you very much, man. He says, you think in a crazy world we could go 8-8? In a crazy world. Yes, in a very crazy world, we could go 8-8. Am I banking on that? No. I think 7-9 is probably the max. I'm looking at 6-10, especially because DJ is probably going to miss this week. I think 6-10, but 6-10 is probably going to make us win the division. When you really look at it, I think 6-10 is going to get us into the playoffs. So 6 wins is probably what it's going to take, but I'm leaning 6-10. I think 7-9 is possible. Not likely. I think we're going to win between 5 and 7. I've got us at 6. Simon, man, thank you very much, man. Tell the poop eaters, Chris, get the fook out of here. Simon, man, thank you so much. Love the I think that's a new icon for you, Simon, and it's beautiful. By the way, how good is Joe Judge, by the way? How good is Joe Judge? Like, I said in my video earlier this week, all week, all you heard was, oh, there's dysfunction. Oh, Mark Colombo. Oh, the offensive line's in shambles. Oh, Joe Judge doesn't know what he's doing. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Offensive line looked pretty good. Coach Googs looked pretty good. He knows how to take everything from the media. He knows how to take everything from the media. He handles it perfectly. What's going on, Word? What's going on, Christine? Thanks for popping in the stream. What's going on, Kalen? That's the typical media. Chris says, yeah, got him. Judge is the best. That's right, man. Joe Judge is the man. You damn right he is, Swaggertron, man. Thanks for popping in the stream, buddy. Dr. Demolition, 4 wins, entertainer. He's garbage. I got to know, Dr. Demolition, because you've been coming at me here. Who do you root for? Because if you're an NFC East fan, you got no more than 4 wins. Who do you root for? I got to know. I got to know. Dan, man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, man. If they sold Joe Judge jerseys, they would be the top-selling jersey in the NFL. Right now, they would be. Giants fans are head over heels in love with them. And I'd buy 4 of them. You know what, though? I can't take off the hoodie. That's the thing. So right now, I can't buy a jersey. And I'll tell you what. If you've been watching Joe Judge in his press conferences, he started wearing a red hoodie. So he's buying it. The red hoodie doesn't come off. CCTV, man, thank you very much, man. Joe Judge, Coach of the Year, the team bought in. I don't think he'll win it, mainly because everybody seems to hate New York. But no, in all seriousness, because of our record, we're probably going to win 6 games. I don't think he'll win it. But I'll tell you what, he deserves consideration for it. That's how good of a coaching job he's done. You're not going to get an argument out of me. That's for damn sure. And Zach, man, thank you very much, man. Can you play some Madden for us, Chris? Love you, bro. A lot of people ask me that. And Zach, if I do play Madden, and I don't know if I'd actually play it or I would do what's it called? What do I see all the videos where they rebuild the franchise? I might do that. I think that actually looks pretty cool. I've watched some of Bengals videos of that. That'll be in the offseason. I'm not going to do it now. But I might do that like once a week or once every other week. A lot of people have requested that. I might do it in the future. I'm always open to suggestions from you guys. I always, want you guys to feel like it's your channel as much as it's mine. I always say that. And maybe I will. But in season, it's way too busy. It's way too hectic. But maybe during the offseason, I would do something like that. Dr. D is a Jets fan. Dr. D's a Jets fan? Wait. Is that true? Is Dr. Demolition a Jets fan? If he is, you guys haven't won a game. If Dr. Demolition is a Jets fan, your team has not won a game, and your head coach during his press conferences looks like this. And you're about to give up on a quarterback that you took 3rd overall just 3 years into his career. If you're a Jets fan. Aiden, man, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. He says, comeback team of the year if we win a playoff game. I'm completely, Aiden, I'm kind of with you on that. And nobody ever expected us to go to the playoffs. DR, man, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Giants are going to upset the Seahawks. I think they got an opportunity to. I think there's a possibility that they could, Doctor. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. I'm probably picking the Seahawks. I hate saying that. I really do hate saying that, but I think the Giants are going to have an opportunity. Crimson, thank you very much, man. What was your football career? I was more of a baseball player, Crimson. I get asked that all the time. Baseball was my best sport while I was in high school. I was actually a really good baseball player. I actually pitched against Prince Fielder. There's a little known fact of entertainer that you may not know about. I pitched against Prince Fielder when I was younger. But I did play football when I was like 13, 14, 15 in that area. But not so much as a varsity athlete. I was more of a baseball player. Gary, man, thank you very much, man. Stand up, Giants fans. Guy out of town with your accent, screw them. Judge the man next to Chris. We beat Seattle. Gary, me and Judge got to get a beer together. You know who's got to be right next to me? The guy that probably 80% of the people in this chat probably still hate. But I'm getting a beer with Dave Gettleman. Let's talk about Gettleman. You know I like to talk about Gettleman. Let's talk about the offseason that Dave Gettleman, how he set this football team up, how this team's looking for the future. I'll get a beer with Judge here, Gettleman here. We'll drink it up. We'll talk about the future of this football team. Gary, man, thank you so much for popping in, man. I do appreciate it, man. What's going on there, Peter Parker? What's going on, Afghanistan's one of my best, man. Thank you for popping in the stream, man. Thrill says, Entertainer isn't the most knowledgeable. However, he's by far the most consistent Giants YouTuber. Well, Thrill, I don't know if to take that as a compliment or you're knocking me. I don't know. I'm consistent with my opinion, and I think that's what you mean by that. And that's all I always ask. I never say I'm the smartest guy in the building. I'm going to give you my opinion, and I'm never going to change it. If that's what you mean. I think I am pretty consistent with my opinion. Dr. Demolition Man, thank you very much, man. Hey, that's slanderous. I'm a proud Pittsburgh Steelers fan since 2020. You know who you sound like? You sound like KP. You sound like one of my subscribers, KP. He jumps aboard, the next best thing. Are you KP, Dr. Demolition Man? And he is a Steelers fan. Nick Young, man, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. If the season ends now, we'd play the Rams in the first round. And I would sign up for that in a second. Nick Young. If we could play the Rams in the first round, if we could play the Cardinals, I'd probably sign up for. But the Rams are probably my favorite team, if not the Bucks. Probably the Bucks, but the Rams are close second. KP's not happy about that. KP, I'm just kidding with you, man. What's going on, Eat the Man? Thanks for popping in the stream, man. What's going on, Nick the Wick? Thank you for popping in the stream, buddy. Let's see what we got here. I'm having some fun tonight. I love you guys. Vassal says, sup, Chris. You probably won't see the message, but watch all your lives and vids. Just keep up the great work, man. I did see it. And that was just random because I didn't even read your message before. I didn't even know if you were complimenting me, but thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate that, man. Thank you for being a great supporter on the channel. And thank you to everybody for being, such great supporters on the channel. I can never say thank you enough. I try to say it as much as I can. You guys have what made me realize this is what I love to do. I always love sports, but I love talking to you guys about it. I love talking sports. And I can never say thank you enough to each and every person in here. The 725 people that are in here right now. You guys are incredible. You guys have made my channel what it is. It blows me away every day. So thank you, Vassal. Big Daddy in the building. What's going on, Big Daddy? Says, you the best. Thank you very much, man. Big Daddy's awesome. Big Daddy's one of my most knowledgeable subscribers. I was upset because Big Daddy said he was taking some time off because of, everything that was going on in the world with football, but he came back. I'm glad he has because he's a great supporter of mine. Really smart guy. What's going on, Brandon Allen? Patrick says, Chris, do you think DeAndre will ever play for the Chiefs? Yes, I think he will. I think he'll get an opportunity. I don't know if he'll start. He may come off the bench. We'll have to wait and see, man. You sound like Mark Holmes. I sound like Mark Holmes? How? Mark Holmes? I don't think I sound like Mark Holmes. Why? Because I'm saying thank you to my subscribers? Is that why I sound like Mark Holmes? I mean, I think every YouTube subscriber should say thank you to their subscribers. Every YouTuber. Why wouldn't you? Without you guys, the channels are nothing. So if that's what you mean, that's a compliment. I think Mark Holmes does that. Yeah, he does a good job with that. What's going on, Lake Nona, man? Thanks for popping in the stream, man. What's going on, T Savage? Tell me the Giants YouTube is lit as hell, T Savage. You guys are the best, man. Thank you so much for popping in the stream, man. Brownie says the entertainment. How do you guys do this, by the way? Take a look at the comments above. You guys synchronize that perfectly. Chris, what do you think about David Sills as a red zone threat when he's healthy? Well, he's out this year. Right? I'm sure you know that, Philip. He got hurt. He got put on the IR before the year started. I like Sills. He was a guy I talked about a lot. A lot of people forgot about him because everybody was on the hype train with the undrafted free agent wide receivers, and we brought in a ton of them. People were excited about that. Sills was a guy we brought in the year before, and a guy I thought fit the scheme beautifully. I thought we were going to try to throw a lot of deep patterns down the sideline. Thought he could be a red zone threat. We'll see. We'll see how he responds from the injury and if he's still going to be on the roster. Former quarterback prodigy, I think, was committed to USC. But yeah, he had I think it was 28 touchdowns in his last 2 years while at West Virginia, something crazy. I hope he gets an opportunity because he was playing really well by all accounts in the condensed training camp. Rincon, thank you very much, man. Media likes to hate on Judge. They've been saying his style of coaching doesn't work in today's game. They don't want to admit they are wrong, especially Ryan Clark. Listen, it is what it is. You're always going to have the haters. Some of them are starting to come around, though. You're starting to see the mainstream media coming around. You don't hear as much Judge hate as you once did. And how could you right now? I mean, how could you hate Joe Judge right now? Everything the guy's done is turned to gold. Like, there were several people on my channel that were like, Chris, come on. Joe Judge ain't all that. Joe Judge ain't all that. When the year started, how can you criticize Joe Judge right now? What has he done wrong? Everything the guy has touched has turned to gold. His coaching staff has been magnificent. He fires a guy, then the offensive line is their best performance of the year. Joe Judge has been fantastic, and the mainstream media better start to realize it. What's going on, Sports Expert, man? Thanks for popping in the stream, man. Yeah. What's going on, Jay, man? Wanted to shout you out, man. Thank you for being a great supporter, man. Dime says, I want a Joe Judge shirt. Entertainer versus Stephen A. Smith. That'd be fun. Chris, what's the deal with McKinney? He played a little bit last week. I think he only got like 3 snaps, if I'm not mistaken. I think he played a little bit on special teams. I'd like to see him a bit in this game, maybe to spy the quarterback, Russell Wilson. We'll see if that's the approach that the New York Giants take. I'd like to see him get more experience, though, but I don't think the New York Giants want to rush him back. I get that. I never thought they were going to rush him in to begin with. He's a rookie, hasn't played all year, coming off an injury. But we'll see. I think you'll see him a little bit more this week. I still don't think you're going to see him out there that much. Maybe he'll get 15 snaps. I don't think he's going to be out there for more like half the game. I don't expect that. I think they're slowly easing him in. Not to mention, the defense has been playing really well. So maybe they don't want to mess with that so much, you know? So, I'm sure he's going to get his opportunity. I know we're all really excited to see him. Edward, man, thank you very much, man. Is Buddy Hield going to the Knicks? Joe Judge is great. Let's go, G-Man, and keep up the great work. Edward, yeah, I've been meaning to get more Knicks content up. I'm just so busy with the Giants and everything else. I did hear the rumor about Buddy Hield and Frank Ntilikina, I think was the rumored guy going from the Knicks. And maybe it was somebody else too. I think it was Randall, right? They were getting rid of his expiring contract. I don't want to trade Ntilikina. I really don't. I like Buddy Hield. I like Frank. I know a lot of Knicks fans don't. I like Frank. I think Frank has a nice, bright future with the Knicks. I think he fits our head coach's philosophy beautifully. And he's emerging. He had a good year last year. He improved. I like Ntilikina. I want to keep Ntilikina. I really don't want to trade him, but I do like Buddy Hield's a good player, though. Hey, Chris, did we bring back Alex Tanney? Yes. I think Tanney's going to be the I think he's going to be the primary backup this year. And Dan says Nico Lalos, Hall of Famer. Dan, I always say it, if you're drinking, Dan, pull over. If you're driving, pull over. I love Nico Lalos, okay? I love me some Nico Lalos. I don't know about a Hall of Famer. Gary M, maybe he'll be a Hall of Famer from the high school that he played at. Gary M says the ties are always welcome, and tell me how we can win three more games seriously. How can we win 3 more games seriously? Well, we'll get the Cowboys game out. That's one of them. And if Jones is back, that's the only way it's even a possibility by the Arizona game. And then I think if we're going to win 2 games out of those next 3, it would be the first 2. I think it would be Arizona. I think it'd be Cleveland. I wouldn't favor us in either one, but you got Arizona coming. They're both at home. You've got Arizona flying across the country. Arizona's got a bad defense. Arizona should have 4 wins right now. They should. They really should. They won on a Hail Mary against Buffalo, and they beat Seattle when they put up a ridiculous comeback. Their other wins are against like the Jets. I think the Bengals. They haven't beaten good teams. I think Arizona's beatable. I really do. And if we're at full strength, I think we stand at least a 40-45% chance to beat them. I think Cleveland's beatable as well. Cleveland's defense isn't that good. It's really not. When you look at the numbers, you can throw on them. I think we're going to have about a 40-45% chance to win each one of those individual games. Do I think we'll win both? Probably not. But that would be the path. You'd have to win both of those games. Rainbow, man, thank you very much, man. Explain why Gettleman is a good GM. Oh, man, do you want me to go over the laundry list? I don't know if good's the right word. I think he's a guy that this year he was great. He's a guy that inherited an atrocious situation, like the worst situation you could possibly inherit. But let's focus on what Dave Gettleman inherited. And I know some people said he had cap space. Let's look into it. He inherited a situation where he was force-fed a 37-year-old quarterback, where he was force-fed an offensive line that couldn't block, where he was force-fed injury-plagued players that were making a lot of money that were tying up the future cap. And I know he had some cap in 2018, which is why he spent on the Nate Solder contract, right? He had to sign Nate Solder because the owner, in my opinion, said you have to go with Eli Manning. So he signed the best possible left tackle he could get. Every Giants fan, I think, understands that move. Every Giants fan should understand that move. Didn't work out. The Ogletree trade was very bad. You're not going to hear me that it wasn't. And they should have rebuilt. I put that on Mara. And they tried to do two things at once. Jorge, man, thank you so much, man, for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. They tried to do two things at once, right? Because they were trading away JPP, yet they were bringing in Ogletree. It never added up. It never made sense. It was a dumb idea. They should have rebuilt from the start. But what Dave Gettleman did this past year, I don't know how you could complain. I don't know how you could complain. Let's take a look at what he did. Let's go over the laundry list of moves that he made. He drafted Andrew Thomas, who people seem to like. We'll go over the draft. All long-term projects, right? The other thing I want to give him credit for, he didn't put himself above the franchise. A lot of GMs, like Jerry Reese, for example, when he was put in the same situation, would have tried to just think for the immediate future to save his job. He went out there, long-term thinking. He drafted 3 offensive linemen. Those guys are not going to be immediate impact players. Those are guys that are going to help you down the line, which is the way that the New York Giants should have drafted. What else did he do? He went out there, he got you Logan Ryan on a cheap contract. He went out there, he got you Martinez. He's played great. 3-year deal, by the way. Went out there, he got you Bradbury. He's been unbelievable. He signed Marcus Golden to a very cheap contract. Then he turned and flipped him for a 6th-round pick. He traded a 7th-round pick for Isaac Yiadom, who's played really well the last couple of weeks. He signed Nick Gates to an extension before the year started, in which you're only paying him $3 million in 2021 and 2022. I don't know how you could argue against that, because if you signed him now, he'd be making between 8 and 10 a year. He had a near-perfect offseason. I don't know how people could complain about this offseason. And at the end of the day, he was brought back. I would have been on board with firing when you brought a new head coach. Giants didn't do that. They stuck with him. When you stick with him, you got to give him an opportunity as your GM. And if you're a New York Giants fan this offseason, I don't know how you could say you don't like Dave Gettleman. Don't know how you could say it. I want anybody in the chat to point to one move this offseason that you thought was horrible. I don't think you can. Grim, man, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Is a diehard Christmas movie? Yes. Answer's always yes. Answer's always yes, Grim. I actually get into that debate with my brother all the time. Mark, man, thank you very much, man. Chris, to turn a franchise around, you need to hit on the coach, and that's exactly what we did. We hit on the coach. We hit on the coaching staff. The coach is the most important part of a franchise. I say it all the time. The coach is the most important part of a franchise, and we got our coach. But thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, man. Let's see what we got. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Let me go here. That's behind. Okay. I just don't like to miss these for you guys. I think this is the next one. And I get into my Dave Gettleman. I already read that one, actually. I'm sorry. So there you go. There's your explanation, Rainbow. I think we're caught up. I think we're caught up. Are we caught up? We are caught up. Okay, good. I don't like to miss those. You are the best Giants. Well, I appreciate that, Edward. There's a lot of good ones. Great Giants YouTube community, man. What's going on, Steven, man? Thanks for popping in the stream, man. I am. I'm leaving the hotel tomorrow. Steven says, stand up. What's up, man? What's going on, Sofon, man? Thanks for popping in the stream. Swaggertron, you have a great night, buddy. Thank you for popping in. Daniel Jones says, the entertainer, I'll be healed and ready to go by Sunday at 4:05. No need to worry. Daniel Jones' sprained hamstring. Now, the first question I got to ask you, Daniel Jones' sprained hamstring. This is my first question I got to ask you. If you are indeed Daniel Jones' hamstring, why are you on fire? That's the last thing I want from you. You should be icing it up. I don't want you on fire. Why are you on fire right now? Put the fire out, hamstring. Let's see what we got here. I love your content, Chris. I watch every video. Thank you for all the amazing videos. Colin, man, thank you so much, man, for all the support, man. Thank you for being in the stream, man. I really do appreciate it, buddy. What do you think of B.J. Hill this year? I still like B.J. Hill. I think B.J. Hill is a good player. He just hasn't gotten a ton of opportunity because we're strong at that position. But I still like B.J. Hill. When he plays pretty well. It seemed like he was out there a decent amount last week. He got a decent amount of snaps. I like B.J. Hill. Edward, man, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, man. He says, it is insane that the Knicks and Giants are so similar, both young. It really is. They really are very similar. The difference is we don't know what the Knicks coach is. I mean, Thibodeau, I think, is a good coach, but he hasn't coached yet. But they're both disciplinarians. They're both teams that are setting themselves up for the future. Yeah, they are kind of similar. There's no doubt about it. I think the Giants are actually more advanced in the process, but they are kind of similar. And I'm excited to cover the Knicks this year. I'm excited to cover Obi Toppin. He's going to be an exciting player, and hopefully R.J. Barrett continues to mature. Let's see what we got here. I checked Sport Track. Cairo says, I've been watching Chris since he started. I got to shout you out more often then. Steven says, I checked Sport Track, and we actually don't have much money. Meanwhile, it has the Eagles at negative 63 in cap. Yeah, first off, that's all projection, Steven. We don't know what the cap's actually going to be. They're projecting it's going to dip because of the virus. But we're also going to make cuts. Golden Tate's not going to be on this team. That's going to be $6 million. Nate Solder's going to be cut after June 1st. That's going to save you another $10 million. And they may or may not move on from Zeitler. If they trade Zeitler, they'd save 14. If they cut him, they'd save 12. So those are some moves they could make, along with some small moves. The Giants will probably, if they do those things, would probably have around 50, 55 million, depending on what the cap's going to be. And then you would use that money to bring back Leonard Williams, to bring back Dalvin Tomlinson, to bring back Logan Ryan, to possibly bring back Wayne Gallman. And if you do that, well, then you're not going to have a lot of money to bring in anybody else. They're going to have to use the money that they do have. Probably the majority of their money is going to be used to retain the players that are free agents on this team, because I think they will bring back the majority of those players. Let's see what we got here. I like TJ Brunson in college, but the games are hardly on near me. I wonder how he's done. He hasn't played that much, Jeff. Hasn't played that much yet. Chris, do you think the Giants will ever move on from the current white and red uniforms? They stink. We need to use the white color. I love the white color rush. I love the white color rush is my favorite jersey in football. And I know I'm biased. I'm a Giants fan, and I got to get one. I don't even have a white color rush jersey. It's my favorite jersey in football. I think eventually the Giants will change their jersey, but the thing is, the Giants are very old school. They're old fashioned. They don't want to. I don't think they're going to go too out there. You know, they may make a change to the jersey. I remember when they made a change to the jersey in like '99 or 2000 or whatever it was, when they got the new New York Giants logo. And as crazy as it sounds, I remember when they got that new jersey, they got the new helmet, and I was excited. I was like, that looks cool. But now whenever they wear the old helmet, I'm like, damn, that was so much better. So I kind of miss the old helmet. I like the old helmet with the Giants and the underline. Zach, man, thank you very much, man. How do you feel about the Russell Westbrook trade, John Wall trade? I think the Wiz, I think that was if there was going to be a trade where it made sense for Russell Westbrook, that was the one. I'm not a big Westbrook guy. I wanted him nowhere near the New York Knicks. But that one made sense because they're trying to get rid of John Wall. John Wall's an injury waiting to happen. He makes a lot of money. I think it was a good trade. Plus, from what I understand, the draft pick, I think, was lottery protected. So, yeah, I think it was a pretty good trade for the Wizards. I think it was a good trade, Zach. Let's see what we got here. Hey, Chris, I just got here. What's going on with DJ? Braden, what's going on with DJ? I don't think he's playing. I think the Giants. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he's out there on Sunday, only if he's 100%. But I don't think he is. I think the Giants are playing cat and mouse. I don't think they're trying to give away who's going to be the quarterback. They don't want them to be able to game plan. I expect Daniel Jones to be on the bench this week, but I think it's very likely, and I'm not a doctor, I don't know. But from what I saw on the videotape, from what I'm hearing, I'm leaning that he will probably be back for Arizona, but I'm not leaning this week. I don't think he'll play this week. Saker, man, thank you very much, man. Good to see you, Chris. Do you think Zimenez being on the IR really hurts us at linebacker, or will Cam Brown and Jabal Sheard pick up the slack? I'm not too worried about it. I'm really not. A lot of people, and I said this on the podcast that was on last night. A lot of people talk about that, the biggest need is an edge rusher. And don't get me wrong, we need an edge rusher. And we'll see if Lorenzo Carter comes back. But the way we've been able to generate pressure this year is on the interior part of the defensive line and scheming pressure off the edge, whether it be from the cornerback, the safety. I think the Giants will still come up with a game plan able to create pressure. I'm honestly not that worried about it. I'm really not. And Sheard actually played well for the Giants. He obviously had the biggest play of the game. Gary M., man, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Carter Coughlin's played well. Both rookies. Cam Brown's played well, too, off the edge. Gary says, coach for our future, Judge, Wayne Train for sure. I love Wayne. I hope we keep him. He's a free agent this year. We'll see if the New York Giants are willing to pay him. He may ask for a good amount. There may be some interest the way he's been playing lately. But we'll see. I like Wayne, though. I love the way he runs. I think he'd be a perfect complement to Saquon Barkley. The way he's been running. And I don't know if it's just that he's getting more opportunities. I don't know if Burton Burns is kicking his ass. I don't know if he's doing it because there's money on the line because it's a contract season. But the way Wayne Gallman's been running this year, he's been running hard. He's been running nasty. And, yeah, I want to have him back. I think he's a big part of this football team right now. What's going on, Fabian, man? Thanks for popping in the stream, man. I do appreciate it, buddy. Who do you think the most Pro Bowl caliber player on the team, Bradbury or Gano? Bradbury or Gano would be my first two. I think Logan Ryan could make it. I think Blake Martinez could make it. I think Leonard Williams could make it. But I would go Bradbury and Gano. I think those are the top two right now. Those are the guys that should make the Pro Bowl. I'd be surprised if they don't. I mean, Gano's been unbelievable. Let's see what we got here. Out of the top three Giant free agents we have this offseason, rank each by who you would want the most. All right, Gino. Now, this is a tough question, Gino, because I don't know if we're talking like just in terms of talent or if we're factoring in money. because Leonard Williams is obviously going to be making a lot more money than Dalvin Tomlinson. He's obviously going to be making a lot more money than Logan Ryan. It all comes down to the dollars and cents. But if you asked me just in terms of the player himself and what he means to this defense, I would probably rank it Leo 1, Logan Ryan. Dalvin and Logan are like tied for me because they're both Dalvin's a captain. Logan Ryan's been such a good leader for this team, though. That's close. I'd probably narrowly say Logan Ryan, but Dalvin Tomlinson's right there. I want all three back. Aiden, man, thank you very much, man. Everyone's sleeping on Blake. Blake Martinez has been great, Aiden. I think he deserves Pro Bowl consideration. He's been great. Now, he hasn't been – I think he's kind of slid off a little bit the last couple weeks, but Blake Martinez has been great for the Giants. Been a very good pickup for us. We haven't had consistency at that linebacker spot in a long time, and he certainly provided that. And a lot of people hated that move. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't like in love with it. You know, I was very outspoken for Littleton, and I'll be the first to admit I was wrong. Blake Martinez has been much better than Littleton this year, and he's played very well for the Giants. He's been great for us. Let's see what we got here. I got a feeling we're gonna beat Seattle. OJ Simpson, you're a Giants fan? You're a Giants fan? I thought you played for the Bills and the Niners, OJ. Wow, I didn't know you were a Giants fan. Let's see what we got here. Is McKinney playing? I would guess that he is, but in a limited capacity. I don't think he's going to be playing a ton. Zach, man, thank you very much, man. Why the Mets, Chris? Shake my head, Yankees all the way. Zach, I say it all the time. If I could go back in time, well, no, you know what? No, I'm not even going to say that. I'm proud to be a Mets fan. But life would be a lot easier had I picked the Yankees. Why am I a Mets fan? I think I kind of just grew up. Here's the thing, man. I traditionally like to root for the underdog. In football, the Giants and the Giants aren't like the Yankees, okay? The Yankees are the 27th-time champions. I traditionally like to root for the underdog. And I just fell in love with the Mets. You know, I fell in love with the Mets growing up as a kid. My family were Met fans growing up. And, you know, I remember I became a diehard Mets fan in 1998. It was either 98 or 99. Subway Series game. I was already a Mets fan, but this made me like a diehard. I went to it at Shea Stadium. And Matt Franco got a walk-off single. Any baseball fans in here, if you're a diehard Yankee fan or Met fan my age, you remember that game. It might be the greatest Subway Series game of all time. The Mets, it was back and forth. The Yankees hit like 5 home runs that day. Stone Cold actually threw out the first pitch. And, the Mets battled back. Mariano hadn't blown a save in over a year. Matt Franco came up. I think they had a runner on second. Whatever it was, he had a seeing-eye single between first and second base. And the Mets got the game-winning hit. I think it was in the ninth. I don't think it was extra innings. I think it was the bottom of the ninth. I think the final score was 8-7 or 7-6. But, ever since that game, I just became a diehard Mets fan. But I just grew up a Mets fan. Rincon, thank you very much, man. Just walked in blasting you on my iPhone, and my girlfriend got pissed. Can I get a stand up, Nicole? And why no beers tonight? I'm relaxing on the beers. We're going to have beers during the game. You know that. I'll probably have beers Saturday night as well. I'm relaxing on the beers tonight. Rincon, man, thank you. And hopefully your girlfriend didn't break up with you. Chris, did you know? Yes, I did. And we're not going after him. We're not going after him in free agency now. Derek says our schedule looks rough again next year. Thoughts on it? Well, who are we playing next? I don't even know. I don't even know. Who's the division we're playing next year? We're playing we just played the AFCs last year. We played the North this year. So we're either playing, I think we're playing the West. I think we're playing the AFC West. And then in the NFC, who we're going to play? We played the NFC. Who do we play this year? We played the North last year, and we played the West this year. So we're playing the South, right? So we're playing the NFC South, and we're playing the AFC West. I don't hate that schedule. The Broncos suck. Everybody's going gaga over Herbert. I think he's got 1 win. I mean, the Chargers don't scare me. The Raiders are pretty good, but they're beatable. The Chiefs are great. And then in the NFC South, in the NFC, what was the other division I said? The NFC, not the South. No, my memory is horrible. Not the North. We play the South, right? So you got the Saints without Breeze probably. You've got the Falcons, who are going to be in complete rebuild mode. You've got the Panthers, who are kind of they're not great yet. I don't hate that schedule. Much easier than this year's schedule in terms of the divisions. Brandon, man, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. He says, thoughts on changing DJ's nickname to Vanilla Vic if he keeps running it? Brandon, I'm going to be consistent. Somebody earlier said I'm not the most knowledgeable, but I'm the most consistent. I'm going to be consistent with what I've done all along. I'm not giving DJ a nickname. He's got to earn that. You got to earn nicknames. I like DJ. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. He's got to earn it. I'm not giving him a nickname until he earns it. I need him to go out there. I need him to become a top-tier quarterback. Then I'm going to give him a nickname. But the Vanilla Vic does sound good. It does roll off the tongue good. I do like it. I do like it. I know it's popular. Actually, one of my subscribers pointed me to it on Twitter. They got a custom-made jersey, Vanilla Vic. I thought it was hilarious. Do you think Andrew Thomas improves with Googs in the building? I think Joe Judge had a lot to do with his improvement before Googs even got here. I mean, you saw Andrew Thomas have a huge jump. You know, he had a huge jump for the New York Giants in the way he was playing. And I never gave up on Andrew Thomas. I always thought Andrew Thomas was going to turn it around. I never thought he was going to be a bust. You know, you knew that was inevitable. You knew the media was going to drive that agenda. You knew fans were going to jump on that. You knew fans were going to panic. Guys, you got to give rookies time. I mean, really, we got to give rookies time. After 3 weeks, people were ready to say that he was the next Eric Flowers because he wasn't playing great. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I said it on Twitter. I said comparing him to Eric Flowers is like comparing Halle Berry to Rosie O'Donnell. Like, they're not even comparable. They're not even close. But fans were already saying, oh, he's the next Eric Flowers. Andrew Thomas is a bust. Andrew Clock's one of my best subscribers. We got to cut Andrew Thomas. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He's been unbelievable. Jorge, man, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. What's your opinion on the activation of Caden Smith, Matt Barrett, and Dante Pettis? I like Caden Smith. I'm a big fan of Caden Smith. I think Caden Smith could play a big role in this game. I really do, especially in 2 tight end sets. I think the New York Giants are going to be much safer in the way that they use their throws, and I think Caden Smith could be used a little bit more in the game. Because I actually talked about him in the podcast I was just on. I actually think Caden Smith will be used a bit in this game, in the passing game, and I think they'll use him in the H-back role, where he's actually been tremendous as a lead blocker. So I think Caden Smith could be a big add to this team. We'll see if they put Parrott in the lineup. They haven't done it yet in terms of full time. I'm sure they'll play musical chairs. And Dante Pettis, if he has any impact, I think it would be as a kick returner if he gets the opportunity. Of course, Deion Lewis has been returning kicks for us, but we'll see. I think Caden Smith has the biggest impact on. Doubt they won't do Vanilla Vic because the dog stuff. Yeah, good point, Authentic. By the way, go subscribe to Authentic. I was just on his channel. Go subscribe to Authentic. I was just on his channel. He's awesome. Let's see what we got here. I get asked this all the time, Brownie. I'm a stripper. Let's see what we got here. Just curious, why is he in a motel? No shade. I went to my brother's wedding, and boom, it's not shade, and it's a hotel. It's actually a nice hotel. It's a very nice hotel. I'm not going to tell you where it is, but it's a very nice hotel. It's been quite fun. Giants' most underrated player. Going into the year, and I hit on this. I don't hit on everything. People ask me that going into the year. Who's the Giants' most underrated player? I don't know if you guys remember who I said. He's on defense. I don't know if you remember who I said. Leonard Williams, I said, was the most underrated player going into the year. Leonard Williams. He's been pretty good this year. Because I said that a lot of fans they hated Leonard Williams because of the trade, but I still thought he was a productive player. He's definitely shown out. As far as the most underrated player on the team right now, I might say you know what? I'm gonna go with Will Hernandez. I think fans hated on him way too quick. I think fans hated on Will Hernandez way too quick. People were ready to kick him out of the lineup and put Shane Lemieux in there. I think Will Hernandez is going to be fine. I'm not telling you he's going to be an all-pro. I think Will Hernandez is going to be fine. I'm going to say Will Hernandez is underrated. Zach, man, thank you very much, man. I can't spend any more. See you next time. Well, thank you so much for being here, Zach, man. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for being here. And Clocks, man, thank you very much, man. He says, hey, pal, can you see Indy, Denver, and the Saints going after Stafford if the Lions clean house? Go blue. Clocks is the man. Glad to see you getting a little more positive, Clocks. Don't think I haven't noticed that, Clocks. You've gotten a lot more positive, and I love it. I love seeing that out of you, Clocks. And that's what winning does. And he says, and can you see Indy, Denver, and the Saints going after Stafford? You've been asking about Stafford a lot lately. And if the Lions, I could see the Lions moving on from Stafford, depending on where they're picking in the draft, if they like a quarterback. Indy could make sense. Indy's going to be in the market for a lot of quarterbacks, I think, unless Rivers stays aboard, because they're kind of a win-now team. They're not going to be picking early enough to draft one. So I could see that as a possibility. Saints could make sense as well. They obviously aren't very fond of Winston, and they're not going to be in a spot to be drafting a quarterback either, depending, again, what happens with Breeze. And Denver is an interesting one. Denver, I think, will be picking early enough, though, if they want to move on from a quarterback. Or they can stick with Locke for another year. Max, man, thank you very much. If you're a stripper and we send you money, why don't you dance? Not on YouTube. I'm not a stripper on YouTube. I talk about the Giants on YouTube. Hopefully YouTube, I'm a stripper. But Max, man, thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate it, man. Hunter, when can I get on the stream? I'm gonna be doing I have the subscribers come on the night before the game. So I'm working on having a couple of new people on this week. So we'll see who I get in terms of the roundtable. And then I have people come on Saturdays. But I haven't done one of these in forever. I love talking just to you guys, where you guys are kind of like my co-host. I don't get to do this a lot anymore because I always have people on. So I said, it's perfect. I'm in a hotel. I'm talking to Wall. This is me all day. Hey, what's going on? What do you think of the Giants today? What do you think of the Giants today? So it's a lot better when I get to talk to 771 people about it. So I figured I'd go live, hang out with you guys for a bit, and let the night go away. Jake, man, thank you very much. Which two teams are we most likely to beat? Cardinals, Seahawks, Ravens, Browns. Cardinals and Browns. Cardinals and Browns are the most likely. Had Jones been playing in this game, I'd put the Seahawks maybe in the discussion, but without DJ, Cardinals and Browns far and away. But the way the Ravens have been playing with the COVID and everything else, I don't know. Maybe the Ravens are beatable too. But if you ask me right now, I'd say Cardinals and Browns. I think the Cardinals and Browns are actually pretty beatable. Jeff says, if somehow you know for sure we don't make the playoffs, do you still want to win and get a lower draft pick? There's no way you can know that, Jeff. And I always want to win. Right now, we have an opportunity to make the playoffs. So I want to win. I'm not thinking – I know that as, like, Giants fans the last, like, 2 or 3 years, we've been, like, programmed to think draft. Like, at this point last year, I already would have been talking about cap space. I would have been talking about draft and everything else. We're in the thick of it. We're in first place. We're in first place. I know we're 4-7, but we're in first place. And I got people asking me mock draft questions. Who you want to take in the first round? Let's play out the season. We're in first place, baby. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. We're in first place, baby. Would you think Daniel Jones would be a superstar quarterback, or would the Giants want to pick up a fresh quarterback out of college with established talent? Not this year. We're sticking with Daniel Jones. 2021, Daniel Jones is going to be the quarterback. Not even a debate. Not even a debate. If we beat Seattle with Colt freaking McCoy, we going on a play. If we beat Seattle this week, we're going to the playoffs. I'm telling you right now, we're going to the playoffs. We win this week. David, man, thank you very much, man. You think Garrett should keep DJ? You think Garrett should DJ keep running the way he has been, or switch the offense to avoid injuries? Go blue, David. Really good question. I think that they still, maybe not as much, but that's a big part of Daniel Jones' game. Daniel Jones has to get smarter. He has to know when to get down. He needs to know how to set up his run so when he gets that, he runs too much over the middle where he's taking hits. Too much. Can't be doing that. He can't be doing that because he's going to get hurt. I understand doing it here and there. He does it way too often. He's got to learn to slide. He's got to learn how to get down, and he's got to learn how to set up his runs. Otherwise, he's going to get hurt every year. He's going to miss 2-3 games every year. Can't continue to do it. But I don't think you could take it completely out of his repertoire. That's a big part of his game. Big Bang, man. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. If you had two choices, re-signing Dalvin Tomlinson or Logan Ryan, I feel Dalvin. It's close for me, man. It really is, Big Bang. Logan Ryan has been such a great leader for this football team. He really has, and he's played so good. I want to keep both, man. I want to keep both. That's why I posed that question on my community notes, because I knew that you guys would because I was thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, shit, what if I got to let go of one of these guys? I said, let me ask my subscribers, because I don't know, man. I don't know what I would pick. I don't know, man. I feel like Dalvin's more replaceable in terms of the draft. You could find interior defensive linemen. We've got B.J. Hill. We've got Dexter Lawrence. We'd have Leonard Williams. But I love Dalvin. I do. It's a really tough decision. Grim, man, thank you very much. 6-10 already a positive step, playoffs or not. Completely agree. Grim, if we only win one more game, it's a positive step. The way that this team has played down the stretch, we could have easily won our last 7 games. We could have. Could have won our last 7 games. Hunter, man, thank you very much. I was at the game Sunday, and Peppers was everywhere. Peppers has been phenomenal. Peppers has been fantastic. It's visibly evident when I watch the games on TV. The last 4 weeks, Peppers has been probably our best player on defense the last 4 weeks. He's been that good. Yeah, he's worth his weight in gold these last 4 weeks. Of course, he had the injury, and to start the year, he was really bad, if you remember. But the last 4 or 5 weeks, he's been really good for the New York Giants. Let's see what we got here. Winning culture over draft position, especially with a young team. You know what I'm saying, man? It's kind of what I said in my video the other day. With a young team, you got to learn how to start winning. You got to learn how to put yourself in situations to win. Even if you don't win, to be in high-pressure situations where it means a lot. It's important for the growth of a football team. That's my mentality. And we're not talking first pick. We're talking like 10th. We're talking 10th or 19th. Give me the freaking playoffs. Caesar, man, thank you very much. Did Daniel Jones play in practice? Great stream. He played on the sideline. I don't think he played like in the actual drills. He threw on the sideline, but he looked good doing it. He's still only going to play this week. Ryan, man, thank you very much. If DJ comes back healthy, can the Giants go to the Super Bowl and beat the undefeated Steelers? No, I know you guys want me to say yes. I know you want me to say yes. I can't say that. No, I don't think we're ready. But I think we're going in the right direction. I look at the end. You want my Super Bowl pick right now? I am going to go Chiefs, and I'm going to go the Saints. I think, and I've been saying the Saints now for 3 weeks. Matter of fact, that was my Super Bowl pick before the year started. Chiefs, Saints. The Saints are hot. Saints won like 8 in a row. And the Steelers are fake. Steelers ain't really an 11-0 team. The Chiefs are much better. I'm going to go Chiefs and Saints. I think the Saints are the most complete team in the NFC. So I'm going Chiefs and Saints. But I think the Packers got a shot. Aaron Rodgers is legit this year. He's been phenomenal. Samuel, man, thank you very much. Chris, what is your OnlyFans so I can add you? I don't have one yet. I got to work on that. Samuel. But, yeah, you probably wouldn't want to join that, you freaking lunatic. Thank you so much for being here, man. Steelers aren't fake. When I say fake, Mike, I'm not saying they're a bad team. When I say fake, they're not an 11-0 team. That's what I mean. When I say fake, to me, they're more like an 8-3 team. Like, they're really good. Their defense is great. They're not an 11-0 team. They're not, Mike. And I know you're a big Steelers guy. Even you got to admit that. And I like the Steelers. Matter of fact, when I did research before they played the Giants, they said they were going to win the AFC North. But they're not an 11-0 team, Mike. You know that. They're not as good as their record indicates. Let's see what we got here. Any chance Washington tries to go all out and get Dak from Dallas? Well, Dak could potentially be a free agent. He could be. And Washington has shown a willingness to do that in the past. They signed Donovan McNabb. Do I think they'll do it? Probably not. I think Washington is going to be in the market for drafting a quarterback. Not to mention they don't have a good offensive line. They just don't. They don't have an offensive line. I don't think Dak would fit in well with Washington, especially with what they'd have to pay him. I could see that going to other places, but in the end, with the way Dallas has played, and I was a big guy. I was a big guy that said Dallas should not sign Dak Prescott. With the way Dallas has played, I think they're going to have to. That team looks lost without him. And I'm happy. I want them to sign him because I'm going to be honest with you right now. If they pay Dak Prescott $35 million a year, Dallas ain't winning a Super Bowl. Tell you that right now. But I think they're going to have to. I think he's going to be with Dallas. I think Dallas is going to keep Dak Prescott. And I hope he does. I want them to pay him $35 million a year rather than draft another quarterback. Let's see what we got here. So, with your question today, who do you think we will play in the playoffs, and who would you want to play in the playoffs? Taco, I think it's going to – if we make the playoffs, it's either the Rams or the Bucks. I think that's who we play. I think the Saints obviously have that locked up. I don't know if the Bucks will be able to hang around in the 5th seed. Maybe they get the 6th. I think it's either the Rams or the Bucks. And I'd probably rather play the Bucks. I actually think we match up better with the Bucks than the Rams. I worry about the Rams. I think they have a really good coach with McVay. And I think that they have the type of team, well, they're not going to blow you out. If they get that lead, they're really hard to come back against. We saw it when we played them. They have that grinded out type football team. I think we'd stack up better against the Bucks. As crazy as that may sound, I know a lot of people are very high on the Bucks going into the year. I think I'd rather play the Bucks than the Rams, but it's really close. But I think those are the two teams that right now we'd probably be looking at. One of those two teams. What's going on there, Brandon Stone, man? Thanks so much for popping in the stream. I want to say hello to Sunday. I always see her in my streams, and I saw her in Authentic streams. So I want to say thank you for popping into the stream. What's going on there, Jay says, I don't care who exactly. I don't care who we play. Just get in. Just get in and roll the dice. Just get in and roll the dice. Are you looking forward to see more McKinney, or do you just want Ryan and Peppers to get most of the action in the safety role? Oh, I want to see McKinney, Kevin. We got to start to develop McKinney. We've got to start to develop McKinney, man. Absolutely. Now, I don't think he's gonna be out there a ton today. Stealth. You want to talk about one of my OGs? Stealth Raven. And, of course, he's got the draft reaction photo of Daniel Jones. Of course, he's got that photo. But, Stealth, man, thank you so much, man, for popping in the stream, man. I really appreciate it, man. Chris, if you were to pair LT with Joe Judge, what do you think would happen? Wins. Lots and lots of wins. That's what would happen. Lots and lots of wins. Is Dave Gettleman still on the hot seat? He shouldn't be. Dave Gettleman should not be on the hot seat. Shouldn't be. He had a hell of an offseason. Shouldn't be on the hot seat. Should not be on the hot seat. I'm not saying he's not. It's possible. Maybe the Giants fold to the fan base because half the fan base wants to fire him anyway. But he shouldn't be on the hot seat, in my opinion. No. Brownie doesn't know the draft reaction. He doesn't get the joke. Rams and Bucks are not too scary. I agree. To me, nobody in the NFC is too scary, in my opinion, that we could potentially play. I don't think we're going to play the Saints. So that we could potentially match up with. I don't think any of them are that scary. I want to resign everyone, maybe with an exception of Gallman, but I would prefer to resign all of them because I want to keep the team together and not change anything. Yeah, if you're going to let somebody go, I think it's Gallman. I love Gallman. I'm a big Gallman guy, but I think the other three players are more important. I think you could draft a running back in the 4th or 5th round to replace him. I'd love to keep all of them. But yes, I would keep the defensive players first. Pierce says you should work for WFAN. I would love to. Call him up, man. I would absolutely love to work for WFAN, man. Zach says, how did you start your channel? Just for fun. I get asked that all the time. For fun. That's what that and at the end of the day, that's what everybody should start their channel for. People ask me all the time, what's your best advice for YouTube? Have fun. Do something that you love and talk about it. Have fun. Period. Put in work, be consistent, but have fun. And that's why I started YouTube. I was just looking for a hobby, looking to have fun. And I took it more seriously, obviously, as the channel grew. Gary, man, thank you very much, man. Got to keep as many players in there that are helping us. Never say never, though. I want us to have the 32nd pick in the first round. Gotta and love to all the Giants fans. Go Colt this weekend. We steal a win. Gary, I love the optimism, man. I think it's possible. I think it's possible. And I would love to be picking 32. I want to pick 32 every year. DJ Matt, thank you very much, man. Will the rebuild be shortened due to the success of the coaching staff? Should we expect more next year? DJ, I think this team starts to turn around next year. I think we're a competitive football team next year. I always thought that. Rebuilds don't take that long once you get going. We didn't start the rebuild until last year. That's when we started the rebuild. We didn't start in 2018. Next year will be the 3rd year of the rebuild. I expect this team to be very competitive next year. And I don't think it was accelerated. I think that was always the time frame. I always expected the Giants to be competitive in 2021. And I think that's where we're headed. Clocks, man, thank you very much, man. Bro, do you think Seattle will stack the box and make McCoy beat them? If you were Garrett, would you take deep shots early, step up the receivers? We need you. Clocks, I hear Giants are going to have to be very creative in this game. They're going to have to think outside the box. And Seattle is absolutely going to stack the box. That is the strength of their defense. They're fantastic against the run. They're only surrendering 3.7 yards a carry. And Colt McCoy is a backup quarterback. Yes, they are absolutely going to stack the box. And the New York Giants are going to have to combat that with taking some shots down the field. Absolutely. They're going to have to pick their spots, though. But what I'll say to that, Clocks, is I think a lot of teams have been stacking the box against us. We haven't been roping off 5 yards a carry, but we've been able to consistently get a push and get 3, 2, 3, 4 yards every time we run the football. We're going to need to continue to be able to do that if we're going to win this game. If we're getting stuffed like we were in the Steelers game, we ain't winning with Colt McCoy at quarterback. It's just not going to happen. So no matter what they do with the box, we're going to have to find a way to get positive yardage to set ourselves up in second and third management. We will not win if we can't do that. But maybe you throw a little bit on first down if they give you the opportunity, if they give you the look. You take some shots. Yes, you have to mix it up. You can't just play a vanilla offense and have 3 or 4 yard passes the whole game. You have to take some shots down the field. You have to put some trust in your backup quarterback, but you got to pick the situations to do it. But I still think we got to come out with a run-first approach. Do you trust Yadam to – no. I don't trust – no. Not in this game, I'm worried about Yadam. I'm worried about Yadam. It's why I think we got to play a lot of zone coverage. We have to play a lot of zone coverage. I'm worried about Isaac Yadam in this game, especially with Russell Wilson at quarterback. He's played well, but this is a real test this week. I think they got to do everything they can to help their corners out this week. By the way, I want to say thank you to everybody. If you haven't done so, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell. But thank you to everybody. We got over 700 people in here the whole stream. We're going over an hour and 15 minutes now. Thank you guys for all the support you guys always show me on your channel. It's your channel too. It's as much your channel as it is my channel. Thank you to everybody. What's going on there, Poppy Chulo, Chad? Stand up, Chad. What's going on, man? And there's Bigger Mike with the thumbs up. There's a little thumbs up to you, Bigger Mike. Ryan, well, thank you, Ryan. He says, no team with COVID and injuries can be predicted this year. You're right. Look at the Ravens. You're right. You're right. We don't know what the Cardinals are going to look like next week. You're right. Yeah, injuries, too. I mean, like you said, they're more prone to injuries, too, with everything that's going on. It's a good point you bring up. Entertainer, 420 crew, smoke them if you got them. Is that what? Is it 420? It's not 420. Benjamin? Pierce, there's nobody next to me. There were people next to me. That's why I was back, but there's nobody next to me anymore. Albert says, damn, I missed the stream. Yeah, I've been live for about an hour and 15 minutes. I'm probably going to go I'll go to like 11. I'll be live for like another hour, Albert. I went live at about 8:50. I'll go to 11, about 2 hours, 10 minutes. So you're about halfway in. So hang around, buddy. Do you find video editing challenging? And also, Adams is going to be a big threat into the G-Men's. I worry about Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams was really good last week. He was fantastic against the Eagles. In terms of editing, I see a lot of channels, and hats off to them. I don't do a ton of editing. When you watch one of my videos, I talk straight through. I don't edit anything. I talk straight through. I used to edit a lot. I used to, cut out my ums and ahs, and I talk straight through. When I do a 15-minute video, that's one take, straight through. In terms of like the editing, all I do is switch from one scene to the other when I'm on OBS, and I just show you guys the quote. I don't really do much editing into my videos, to be completely honest with you. A lot of other people do. I think the Hub does a great job with editing. I think Authentic does a great job with editing. When you come to me, I just talk. That's what I do. I don't have the bells and the whistles. I probably should start to get more of that as I continue to grow. G-Man, thank you very much, man. What's your prediction if Jones plays versus the Seahawks? If Jones was going to play and he was 100% G-Man Sports, I was ready to pick the Giants this week. I was going to pick us by about a point. I was going to go 24-23 Giants. But because he's not, I'm going I don't think he is. I'm going 24-17 Seahawks. But I was ready to go 24-23 Giants if Jones was playing. Stand up, Brady Bozo, man. Thanks for popping in the stream, man. I like sit-down, one-take videos better for sports YouTubers. Yeah, I mean, everybody's different. Everybody prefers their own. Chris, what is your full opinion so far on Patrick Graham? I think he's been a godsend. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. I'm in love with him. He's been unbelievable. He changes the defensive game plan each and every week, like Joe Judge said, based on the opponent. I love it. He's gotten the most out of the players. He's been able to create sacks like we kind of thought they were going to be able to going into the year. And we got to keep the guy. I worry that he's going to get a head coaching opportunity. I've talked about that. I hope not, but I think it's a possibility. What's going on, and we got time, man? Thanks for being a member, man. What's going on, buddy? The teams coming up really seem too scary, to be honest, Craig says. We'll see, man. It's one game at a time, man. Right now, I'm not focused on Arizona. I'm not focused on the Browns. I'm not focused on the Ravens. I'm focused on one team. 1 week at a time, man. Rick Evans says, so we make the playoffs this year. Maybe we win a playoff game. What pieces do we need going into next year? Edge rusher or corner? Corner. That's what I've said. I think corner is our biggest need. And everybody has their own opinions. I think it's corner. I think we could use an edge. And a coverage linebacker on defense. Those three pieces could definitely help. And on offense, wide receiver and depth on the offensive line. That's what I'm looking at. Max says, Chris, my big concern is Garrett. Giant success has come from the audibles. I think McCoy can be a game manager, but Garrett loves 7-yard curls. I don't think McCoy will have audible authority. Opinions. Well, I think they got to give him audible authority, to be honest with you. He's a veteran quarterback. You got to trust him. He knows the scheme. I think they got to let him go out there and do what he wants to do. As far as Garrett goes, Garrett's been getting a lot of slack. I don't hate Garrett. I know a lot of people seem to. I don't hate Garrett. I really don't. I really don't hate Garrett. The offense has been playing better. And I know a lot of that has to do with the offensive line, but I don't hate Garrett. I really don't. Let's see what we got here. What is your score prediction for the Giants-Seahawks game? Unfortunately, I'm picking the Seahawks right now, 24-17 if Jones does not play. That's where I'm leaning, 6-7 points. I hope I'm wrong, though. And I think the Giants will have an opportunity to keep it close. How big does this channel have to get for you to give up the poll? Kevin says. I'll tell you what, Kevin, the singles are good, Kevin. The singles are good. No, I don't know, man. I just take it one day at a time, man. I don't, I see a lot of people, that I have like all these different things with the channel, with the, I just try to be as authentic as possible. I don't try to, go crazy, set up these huge, I take it one day at a time. I give you guys my opinion. I talk about the thing that I love. I try to bring Giants fans together. And I don't really set goals. I really don't. I just, hope I just keep growing. And I hope that people respond to my message. They like what I talk about. They come here to enjoy my commentary, to talk about sports. I don't know, man. I just keep grinding and working hard and hoping it keeps growing, But thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Chris, random question. But say the Giants were playing the Chiefs this week. How do you try to stop Mahomes? I think it's the same approach. First off, all right, here's the first thing. If you're playing the Chiefs this next week, the first thing you do is you go to your nearest church. I don't care how good your defense is. You go to your nearest church and you pray and you say, we're going up against Andy Reid. We're going up against Pat Mahomes. We're going up against Tyreek Hill. I need you, God. I need you guys. That's the first thing you do. But in all seriousness, I would come out with the same approach I'm talking about with the Seahawks. I would take a bend but don't break approach. I play zone defense. I play off. And I try to stop them when they got in the red zone. But it would not be easy. And Big Bang says, if Jones plays this week, I will be petrified. Whole game of I know. Big Bang, I'd be the same way. I'd be the same way, Big Bang. And thank you so much, man, for love. I really do appreciate it. But I'd be the same way as you, man. I really would. The whole game in the back of my head, I'd be like, oh, I don't want him to tweak that hamstring. Bear, man, thank you very much, man. With how good Wayne Gallman is playing, do you think next year they give him more carries and take some of the load off of Saquon, like when we had Earth, Wind, and Fire? Yes. And it has very little to do with Saquon's talent. It has almost everything to do with that he's coming back from an injury. And by all accounts, it was very severe. It took him like a month just to recover to be able to get the surgery. And everybody has said he's probably not going to be 100% the first year. So if that's the case, absolutely. Whether Gallman's here or not, I think the Giants have to go with more of a committee approach than they initially were. So, yes. And I think Gallman would be a perfect compliment, Bear. But, yes, I expect more of a committee approach than we expected going into this year with Saquon, if I had to guess. Yes, absolutely. But, Bear, man, thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate it, buddy. Do you think Daniel Jones will come back? Not this week. Next week, I'm leaning yes. Arizona, yes. This week, I'm leaning no. But I hope I'm wrong, man. Brandon, man, thank you. I want to say again, by the way, I got to do a member stream. I was so busy this week with my brother's wedding and the hotel. I got to do a member stream. I got to get the fitted hats out. I've been so busy. Next week, I'm definitely doing a member stream. I just got to figure out the day. I'm just so busy going back home and everything else tomorrow. And then, of course, football on Sunday. Next week, got to pick out a day. We're going to be doing a member stream. Brandon says, you do a great job. The other guys are just okay. You got something they don't. Well, Brandon, man, I never, I think there's a lot of great content creators on YouTube. There's so many in the Giants community, but I love the compliment. Thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate that. But I think everybody brings different things to the table. I think Bobby's great with the film breakdown. I think Mike's great with the film breakdown. I think Bad Dog obviously is very passionate. He gives you the great rants. I think Kid Blue puts a lot of work into his channel. I think the Hub is a great editor. Like I said, I think Authentic's got a smooth voice. I go to sleep to Authentic's voice. I think OGR, very knowledgeable Giants fan. I think everybody's got their own strengths, but I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much, man. And I'll tell you what, the kid who I went on, a lot of people get after him. Big Blue and Bias got a good channel too. Jerry Shilplinski. What's up, entertainer? I love Jerry Shilplinski. You guys know that I love Jerry Shilplinski. I've been talking about Jerry Shilplinski this entire offseason. And yeah, man, you've been doing a great job, man. Keep up the great work, Jerry. I think you got a future as a head coach in the NFL. Rick Owen, thank you very much, man. I like this regime. I don't think we can afford to lose Graham or Garrett, especially for DJ's sake. We need to keep these guys for at least 2 years. I'm kind of with you. I mean, at the end, but what I will say, Rincon, that's funny. Rincon's got a completely different picture on my phone than he's got on my computer. That's funny. But as far as that goes, yeah, I mean, I would love to keep them together for continuity for another year. But at the end of the day, if he gets a job opportunity, he's going to take it. So we'll see what happens in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? But I want to keep the coaching staff together. Elu, man, thank you very much. He says, hey, Chris, you would watch Quarterback School's video. I did not watch it yet, but I've had so many subscribers tell me to watch that. I got to get to it. I am going to watch that. I did see it when it came out. I haven't watched it yet, but I am going to watch it. Everybody told me it was a great video, so I'm definitely going to check it out. Elu, man, thank you so much, man. I'll probably watch it after the stream, to be honest with you, as I'm going to bed. I'll probably watch it after the stream. Danny Dimes, he says, you the best, man. You the best, man. Thank you for tuning in the stream, buddy. Let's see what we got here. I made my ringtone of you saying, all right, let's see what we got here. Every time the phone rings, all right, let's see what we got. Let's see what's the other thing I always say in my videos. Like, sometimes I'll listen to my videos back. I always say, let's see how it works out. You know, we got to see how it plays out, or stuff like that. I always say. Test fighters, man, thank you very much. If we lose, I'd rather lose fighting hard, and I think we will. I think this team is going to come prepared. I think they're going to fight. I think they're going to give you everything they have. And if we go down fighting. Continue to do what we've been doing. Give it everything you've got. Come out smart. Come out prepared. Don't beat yourself. That's what I'm looking for in this football game. If we get a win, that's great. But continue to do what we've been doing. Continue to build off of what we've been doing. We're going up against a great team this week. Colt says, I'll watch your stream after the Colts game on Sunday. That's awesome, man. I'm looking forward to see you. You're a great supporter of mine. You're always commenting on my videos and in my streams, man. So I'm looking forward to it. Your Colts are playing well. I'll tell you what, the Colts are scared. Well, didn't you lose this week, though? Didn't you lose to the Titans? I think you did. But I do like your team. You know that. Let's see what we got here. Kalen says, love your content, Tana. Probably won't see this, but let's go Big Blue. I just did. And I'm going to take another square of water. And Kalen, man, I see you all the time, too. Thank you for all the support. Let's see what we got. I see Jake in here. I always like to shout out Jake because he's a great subscriber of mine. I got to pull him up. New Jersey Jake in now says, Eagles fans want us to win the division. Now what a time we're living in. Any pick in the first round is valuable, whether it be 10 or 21. We can still get stuck. I love it. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? I'm not saying – I don't know if Bigger Mike is one of those Eagles fans, but don't you love it? Don't you love it? Like the second we beat the Eagles, don't you love it that the Eagles fans revert to that? Oh, I hope you win the division. I hope you win the division. Oh, I hope it. I want you to win the division. Oh, yeah. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit, you want us to win the division. Jake, man, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Let's see what we got here. Will Roberts be the new Brian Flores? Everybody was super high on him last year, the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. He didn't get a job. I don't know, man. He might be one of those guys that teams don't really look at as like a great head coaching candidate. I honestly don't know. But people were really high on him last year. They loved his emotion and everything else. I thought he'd get a job because he was really pumped up. But this year, the 49ers haven't been playing as well. So I don't know, man. I love your content. It makes it even better that we are winning. Thanks for putting out great content consistently. Well, Ben, trust me. I say it all the time, man. I would much rather come on here when we're winning than when we're losing. I think a lot of people come to me when we're losing because they need that therapy. But believe me, I could get pumped up with the best of them. You know, you guys have seen me on Twitter this past week, man. I'm pumped up, man. I got the Giants on my mind all the time. It makes it much easier to create content when you're winning. So, yeah, absolutely, man. Let's see what we got here. We're going to beat the girls and the birds in the same year. Orgasmic, Jay says. Haven't beaten the girls in forever. Haven't beaten the birds in forever. We already beat the birds. Now we got to beat the girls. You beat both those teams this year and make the playoffs. That's a pretty damn good year if you're a Giants fan. Do you think the current Giants team could beat the Steelers? Yes, I really do. I'm not saying we would, but I really do think we could. Some people may call me crazy. Some people may call me a homer, but I know I'm not because I said I think Washington could this week. I do. I'm picking the Steelers, and I'd pick the Steelers if they played us, but I think we could beat them. The Steelers, to me, when I watch them play, they're not this unbelievable team to me. They got a really good defense, but we were this close to having the lead on them the first week of the season with an inexperienced team. Call me delusional. I think a lot of teams could beat the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers are nearly as good as their record. I don't. And I hope I'm wrong. I don't want the Washington game to be close. I think it's going to be. Chip Kelly, man, thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate it. He says, if Daniel Jones doesn't work out, would you consider bringing in the true GOAT, Trace McSorley? I would not. I would not bring in Trace McSorley. I would not. But it was fun. I was talking to people on Twitter, and I said, what's with Trace McSorley? What's with the popularity? And then, like, 2 plays later, he threw that touchdown. But everybody seems to love Trace McSorley because of TikTok. And Ryan, man, thank you very much. If you could choose one offensive and one defensive player to get in free agency either this year or in the future that is reasonable, who would they be? In free agency, if we're going offense, it's a wide receiver. And, if you're talking, the top tier wide receivers, that'd be Allen Robinson or Kenny Golladay. And if you're talking more, in mid tier, for me, it would be Corey Davis. I got Davis 3 at wide receiver. If you're going defense, I guess I would go after an edge. I don't think there's any great corners that blow me away. I'd probably go after one of the edge if I could get them. I don't think we're going to do that because I think we're going to spend the money on the players that we have on the team and we're going to retain them. But, I think I'd go edge because I don't think there's a lot of great edge rushers in this year's draft class. And the corners are all up there in age. I want them to get a younger corner. So, wide receiver. If they're gonna bring in a big piece this year in free agency, I think it'll be a wide receiver. Ryan. Let's see what we got here. Somebody asked me, Chris, what is your all-time Giants receiving core? For me, I have to go Toomer, Cruz, and Beckham. That'd probably be it. I mean, Toomer's the greatest Giants receiver ever when you factor in the totality of his career. Beckham is the greatest receiver in terms of talent. You know what? I love Cruz. Cruz had the single greatest season in New York Giants history for a wide receiver. Okay? And he was a huge reason why we won that Super Bowl. Second biggest reason, probably behind Eli Manning. But it was really only for 1 year where he was dominant. I think I would have to go Toomer, Burris, Beckham. Toomer, Burris, Beckham. And I love Cruz. And Knicks was really good too. But I think I'd have to go Toomer, Burris, Beckham. G-Man Sports, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. He says Trace McSorley equals Ben McAdoo. Oh, Ben McAdoo. Don't remind me of Ben McAdoo. Ben McAdoo's the worst. G-Man Sports, man. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, man. Let's see what we got. Judge won't say it, but Clayton Dorsett is the best quarterback I've ever worked with. He's the future of this team. Jerry, calm down. Jerry, put down the beer. Jerry, put down the beer, Jerry. Jerry, I've been talking about one of your former quarterbacks a lot. He's on the Colts. Maybe we'll bring him in. But thank you very much for popping in, Jerry Shaplinsky. What's going on there, James Kent? Stand up, James Kent, man. Thanks for popping in the stream, man. What's going on there, Ryu, man? I see you, man. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Let's see what we got here. John says, hey, man, I see your Stone Hotel. Great voice you have for commentary. What do you think about Colt? Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow, John. What do you think about Colt being the next Foles and leading the team as a backup quarterback to victory? Why not, right? All right, let me read that again. Your Stone Hotel, great voice for commentary. What do you think of Colt being the next Foles and leading his why not? Yes, but I mean, you look at Foles' situation. First off, Foles was obviously a more accomplished quarterback. Everybody forgets. Foles, I think it was his rookie year, second year with the Eagles. And granted, it was in Chip Kelly's scheme, which was very, conducive to putting up high stats. But everybody forgets Nick Foles I think it was the third greatest QB rating in the history of football for a single season. So he's definitely a more accomplished quarterback than McCoy. But also, that Eagles team was much better than this Giants team. I mean, that Eagles team was top 5 in both offensive line and defensive line in football that year. So I'm not going to go that far. John, let's win one game. Give me one win. Sneak out a win. I'll take it. I think DJ is going to be back the following week against Arizona. Let's see what we got here. Chris, do you believe Dixon will bounce back after? Yes, I'm not worried about Dixon. I chalk up all of the special teams nonsense to like the bye week. Like I'm not even worried about it. I think they'll respond fine. I think Judge will light into them. I think they'll respond fine. Let's see what we got here. Do you think Barkley is coming back to do you think Barkley's coming back? I'm assuming next year because he's not coming back this year, Christina. And is he my favorite running back? Yes, he's actually my favorite player in the NFL. I love Saquon Barkley. But, I'm always fair in my assessment. I don't know if they'll bring him back long-term yet or not. I hope they do. I love him. But he's got to prove it first. But, yeah, he's my favorite running back. He's my favorite player. There we go. Chris, we'll wait and see, Tana. We'll wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Manifest. I mean, what else can I tell you? We'll have to wait and see. Let's see what we got here. Chris, how many yards do you think McCoy will have this Sunday? I think he's going to have – I'll go with 205. I'll go with 205. I'll go 27 that's 205 yards. Blue Collar, thank you very much. Stand up, Dana. I think the wedding story is just, no, I did go to a wedding. You're in witness protection program and not picking the Giants to win the NFC East. I'm going to a wedding. I stayed in here because of the virus. I got the test today. They said you had to wait 5 days. I'm headed back home tomorrow. So that's why I've been in the hotel as long as I have been. But I did go to a wedding. I went to my brother's wedding. I think I missed the super chat. Ace Man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Imagine if DJ had Cruz, Knicks, and Burris. The best wide receiver core the Giants ever had was 2011. Best wide receiver core the Giants ever had was 2011. Ace Man. It was obviously Manningham with those two players you just said. The 2011 wide receiver core was insane. It was ridiculous. And that would be a fun wide receiver core to see DJ have. Let's see what we got here. What's going on, Roldy, man? Glad to see you popping the stream, man. Thanks for popping in, man. Manny says, good for you, Tana. Glad to see someone does what they can to stop. Yeah, I don't want to take any chances here. Big Fellow says, if we're to make the Super Bowl, Saquon would be eligible to return. If we were to make the Super Bowl, he's not coming back. They said he's going to be out for at least a year. He's not coming back. He's not coming back, Big Fellow. He won't be back till next year, and he may not even start the season next year from what I heard. Let's see what we got here. You think the Giants would be able to land Juju Smith-Schuster in free agency, or would he be too expensive? I don't want him, Nick. I don't want him. You know, people talk about I don't want him. I not for what he's going to cost. He's not the type of receiver we need. We need a threat on the outside. He's not the type of receiver that we need, man. Rincon, man, thank you very much. He says, I'm from Pennsylvania. Most of my friends are Eagles fans. They talk the most shit than any other fan base, but they do get humble when the Giants are rolling. Oh, they all do. You know, get used to this, guys. Eagles fans, you know, all these Eagles fans, you know, that were talking smack, all these Cowboys fans, get used to it. You're not going to hear them talking much. You know, you saw a big uprising of Eagles YouTubers the last couple of years, and a lot of Eagles fans sprouting about. They're going to go bye-bye. They're going to go bye-bye. Eagles are in trouble. John, man, thank you very much, man. You're the best, and any possibility the Eagles can win? No. Wait, John, I got a question for you. I got a question for you, John. Is Doug Peterson still your coach? Is Doug Peterson still your coach? Because, John, if Doug Peterson's still your coach, I'm not picking you to win another game this year. Maybe he got fired. Did he get fired before the stream? I don't know. Dr. Demolition Man, Eagles talk crap, but Giants are crap. Well, what are the Eagles? What are the Eagles? If the Giants are crap, what are the Eagles? Eagles got 3 wins. The Giants should have swept them this year. They blew an 11-point lead with 4 minutes to go. If the Giants are crap, well then, I mean, the Eagles are like, you know, dinosaur shit. Like, they're a mound of crap. If the Giants are crap, Dr. Demolition. Tana, if Big Ben wins another Super Bowl, will he be considered a great? If Big Ben wins another Super Bowl, will he be considered a great? He's already considered a great, Fabian. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He's got 2 Super Bowls. He's going to the Hall of Fame. What's going on there, Kush Master Man? Thanks for popping in the stream, man. Let's see what we got here. Howie Roseman sucks, man. If Burris didn't shoot himself, Tuck and Jr. would be in the Hall of Fame. Giants fan, I think about that all the time. I think about that all the time. How Burris shooting himself potentially affected the Hall of Fame chances of other players on that Giants roster. Because if he doesn't, first off, he could have been a Hall of Famer. Tuck and OC probably get another Super Bowl. And some of the members of that offensive line might be going to the Super Bowl. The Deals, the O'Haras, the Sneeze. So he affected a lot of people's Hall of Fame chances, in my opinion, by shooting himself. Because if the Giants win that Super Bowl, you don't know if that carries over to the next year either, by the way. You don't know. It's crazy. It's like the biggest what if in the history of sports. You know, the whole Burris thing. Let's see what we got here. Who is your favorite player on the Giants? It's Saquon Barkley. But I love Daniel Jones, too. I'm starting really to – Daniel Jones might end up being my favorite player on the Giants. You know why? I love players, and this is why I fell in love with Eli Manning. I always loved Eli Manning. But I love – and I'm in love with Andrew Thomas, too, because all the shit he had to put up with. But I love players that fans count out, that fans bash, that they look for any little thing and they try to throw them under the bus. They've done it with Daniel Jones. I want Daniel Jones to prove those fans wrong. So I'm really pulling for Daniel Jones. Sammy, man, thank you very much, man. Who is worse, Joe Buck or Kenny Albert? I'd go Kenny Albert, but they're both no, I'd go Joe Buck. They're both horrendous, Samuel. They're both horrendous. Alvin says, relax, Chris. Relax about what? Relax about what? Telling you that I want Daniel Jones to be the Giants, that he's my favorite player? Relax about what? Relax about what? I'm not telling you he's going to be an immortal quarterback. I'm rooting for Daniel Jones. How is your favorite free agent on the Giants? Leonard Williams. I think we have to bring Leonard Williams back. We have to bring him back. Let's see what we got here. What would the Giants do if Russell Wilson became the Giants quarterback? Clara, if Russell Wilson became the Giants quarterback, we'd be winning a lot of Giants Super Bowls. We'd be winning a lot of Giants Super Bowls. Russell Wilson's phenomenal. Dr. Demolition Man, thank you very much, man. DJ is Flacco with legs. Flacco won a Super Bowl, didn't he? Dr. Demolition, Flacco won a Super Bowl, didn't he? Flacco won a Super Bowl, right? Flacco almost won 2 Super Bowls, by the way. Everybody forgets that. He almost won 2 Super Bowls. So, okay. I'll take Flacco with legs. I'll sign up for Flacco with legs right now. If DJ gets me 1 Super Bowl, I'll sign on the dotted line. Okay. You think that's an insult? Flacco with legs? Flacco was this close to winning 2 Super Bowls. Yeah, he had that ball that went the corner of the end zone. It was nearly a touchdown. They would have went to the Super Bowl that year too. I'll sign up for that right now. Rincon, man, thank you very much, man. Dr. Dem is a keyboard tough guy. Watch him out. That's right, man. Hey, Chris, you don't have to, but can I get I give out mods once in a blue. I'm not giving out mods right now. It's too crowded. But if you come in my streams before, I try to give out mods when I can. Let's see what we got here. James Bradbury is a top 3 cornerback once we get a cornerback 2 and a wide receiver 1 like Devontae Smith. We will take huge leaps in strides next year. He's definitely a top 7 or 8 cornerback at a bare minimum. This year, he's definitely playing like a top 3 cornerback. And yes, I've said that countless times. I think our biggest need on defense, I know a lot of people disagree with it. It's just my opinion. Everybody's got their own. I think for this scheme, our biggest need is a second cornerback opposite Bradbury. And if we have those 2 really strong corners, I think we'll be able to scheme pressure even more. So I'm with you. I'm excited to hopefully get a corner in this year's draft that could make a big impact for this football team. Let's see what we got here. We need to bring back Logan Ryan. Rumor from Zach Rosenblatt said Ryan would like to come back and also test free agency. I mean, if I'm Logan Ryan, I'm testing free agency. He'd be a fool not to. He's like 30, and he's having a Pro Bowl type season. So he's got to. He's got to. I wouldn't blame him at all. But I hope he comes back to us. I really do. Let's see what we got here. Chris, you think Tate will be back next year? No. And it has nothing to do with what happened within season. It's all the dollars and cents. No, he's not going to be back. I'd be shocked if he's back, to be honest with you. We saved too much. I think we saved about $6 million if we cut him. He's only making 10 or 11. I think we're cutting him. I'd be surprised. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'd be surprised. Would you sign Bud Dupree? No. He tore his ACL. No. Pass rusher, not Leonard Williams, but true pass rusher. Yeah, Rolly, like I said, some fans are going to want to think the pass rusher is the biggest need. Some fans are going to think the corner. Can't go wrong either way, man. You can't go wrong either way, but we could definitely use both. I'm definitely leaning more corner. Mike says Bud Dupree might come at a cheaper price now. He might, and I got to look more into it because to my understanding, Mike, ACL, I think it's an ACL tear, right? I'm pretty sure. Those take a year. So he might miss almost all of next season if that's the case. So I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. I maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see it. Jalen says you're doing play-by-play. Well, not tonight. I'm doing a Q&A. I don't even know. Is there even a Thursday night game tonight? I don't even know. I know with all the scheduling. I don't even know if there's a Thursday night game. But I'm going to be doing the Giants play-by-play this week on this channel. So, yeah. We definitely need a cornerback too, Rolly. Definitely. Have you noticed you don't see Garrett clapping? Yeah. You know what happened, Brandon? Garrett clapped in the practices a couple of times. I heard this through the grapevine, through one of my insiders. Garrett clapped, during some of the practices, and Joe Judge made him run laps. Every time he clapped, he ran 1 lap. So if he did 4 claps, he made him run 4 laps. That's why Garrett hasn't been clapping anymore. He's gotten enough exercise. He doesn't want to keep running laps. Let's see what we got here. Have you seen Saquon spending? Yes, I have. I've seen that Peterson has reached out to Saquon. He's actually reached out to several players and tried to teach them how to recover through ACL tears. No, it's not true. That was a joke. That's not true. That's a joke. Chris, you still awake? I am. I'm quarantining. That's because of the virus. I didn't want to risk anything. I got tested today. I'm good, but I'm going back home tomorrow. So that's why, because there was a lot of people there, and I don't want to risk anything. So that's why I've been in the hotel so long. Jedi, what's going on? Good to see you. Tane, if you guys make the playoffs, which team would you want to face in the wild card? If we make the playoffs, which team would I want to face in the wild card? The Bucks. The Bucks. Rams second, Bucks first. Let's see what we got. If we lose Graham, which defensive coordinator would you hire? If we lost Graham, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe we hire from in-house. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm sure. Here's what I'll say. I'm sure Judge has a plan. You know what I'm saying? He's a smart enough guy where he has a backup plan. Like, he definitely anticipated that Graham could move and get a job. I'm sure he has a plan. Who would I bring in? I don't know. Somebody that he feels fits his scheme and fits his mindset. Maybe you hire from within. I mean, he's got a lot of accomplished coaches on this team. Who would be? I'm not 100% sure. Let's see what we got here. Chris, you're the best on the platform. Love you, man. Well, Big Mac, I love you. Thank you very much. I've been eating way too many Big Macs lately, actually, Big Mac. We better not lose Graham is right. Chris, who are the top edge rushers in next year's draft? Listen, Chris Leone, I'm not even thinking draft right now. I'm not. I mean, you hear Greg Rousseau. Greg Rousseau is the biggest name. I'm not even thinking draft right now. I will do plenty of research on the draft in the offseason. Rousseau is the name you hear, but I'm not even thinking about the draft right now. Good to see you too, Moss God. I will destroy those. I sure hope so. I'll tell you what, Jedi. I said it earlier. I picked you guys to go to the Super Bowl when the year started, and I'm glad I did because I think you guys are. I think you guys have the most complete team in the NFC. Johnny Kelly says, I love your channel. Thank you very much, man. Thank you for popping in. How did I meet Bad Dog? On YouTube, not in person. Well, we did meet in person, but we met initially on YouTube. Yankee fan says, did Matt get sent down? Love you up here. Well, thank you very much, man. Thank you for popping in the stream. I don't know. I got to look into that, actually. I'll give you an answer tomorrow when I do my preview video. If you comment. I haven't looked into that. Matter of fact, I probably could. Actually, I'm sure somebody in the chat knows. I'm sure somebody in the chat could let him know. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't think so, though. I think he played last week. I don't think he got sent down. Let's see what we got here. Chris, who's our biggest need to resign? I think Leo, Peter. You know what, guys? You might get a tour of the hotel real quick. I don't want to lose. You know what? You're going to get a tour of the hotel real quick because I heard my neighbors just come in, and I don't want to piss them off. They're right here. So I'm going to back the computer up there. So you're going to get a quick tour of the hotel. We're going to move the stream to the back of the hotel. So give me 1 minute. I don't want to piss them off. Let me move the chair. It's a mess, by the way. Well, you're not even going to see it, really, but all right. Get this closer. Let me just do this. All right, and we're back. We're back. So you got new scenery there. What's going on, PJ, man? Thanks for popping in the stream, man. I am not 5'7". I don't know why people think I'm short. I'm not 5'7". Okay, here's the deal, guys. Let me tilt this up. Here's the deal. People have told me that they think I'm short. Bad Dog claimed to have been 6 foot tall. If you don't think I'm the height that I say I am, go and look at Bad Dog's stream. We were back to back. I was taller than him. I'm not 5'7". I'm not 6 foot though. I think Bad Dog might have said he was a little taller than he is. I'm like 5'10" and a half, 5'11". But thanks for popping in the stream, man. Let's see what we got here. Chris, Tom Coughlin. No, he will not be the Tom Coughlin's GM. Tana, where did you get that? I've had this hoodie forever. I've had this hoodie forever. I don't even know. I've had this hoodie for a long time. But Jack John says Chris seems like he's 4'6". I promise you I'm not 4'6". I'm 5'11", 5'10 and a half maybe, 5'11". Let's see what we got here. Roldy, I go out. But I've been sleeping in the hotel for the last week. I go out though. Dr. Demolition Man, thank you very much, man. Giants fans got hideous female fan base. If your girl is a Giants fan, she is most likely hideous. Why do you hate the Giants so much, Dr. Demolition? Why do you hate us so much? Don't hate us. There's plenty of pretty. I had a girl on the other week. Great, pretty Giants fan. There's plenty of my subscribers are very attractive. Plenty of them. Okay? Don't bash Giants fans. I've seen Eagles fans. Eagles female fans, not so much. Okay? New York Giants fans, pretty good. Chris, sell me your Captain Eli Manning jersey, Cushmaster says. I have like 4, so I will if you want. Let's see what we got here. Chris, I shower in the sweatshirt. I bathe in the sweatshirt. I swim in the sweatshirt. I do it all. Yes, Kurt, it doesn't come off. Let's see what we got here. I was seeing our opponents for next year, and I see us going 12-2 before. I don't know about that. You know, I got to look at our schedule next year, and I don't know where we're going to finish in the division either. If we have a first place schedule, that obviously makes it more challenging. But we play the I forgot again off the top of my head what divisions we play, but they're much easier than last year. But I don't expect to win 12 or 13 games next year. I'm not going to go in with unrealistic expectations. I think we can win 10. I think maybe we can win 11, 9, 11. We'll see the schedule when we get there. Right now, we still got 5 games on this schedule. I'm ready to see how the Knicks look this. You and me both, Roldy. I'm pumped up for the Knicks, man. I can't wait to call Knicks games, man. I call, especially at the beginning of the season. I call a lot of Knicks games before they start off 0-32, and then I revert back to off-season football. And Kurt says you're the man, Chris. You're the man. Thank you for popping in the stream, man. Chris, I don't think they're talking about your hype. Whose hype they talking about? Whose hype they talking about, Taco? Let's see what we got here. Tana, you like the red alternate jersey and think no. Joe, I can't stand those jerseys. I know some Giants fans like them. What's his name loves it is the Hub. He's got one. He's got a Shockey one. I hate those jerseys. I hate the red jerseys. I can't stand those jerseys. No. I like the blue. I like the white. I like the color rush. Don't like the red. Never liked the red. Never was a fan. Some fans like it though. I don't. I'm not a fan of the red. Schedule for the Giants is going to be brutal next season. I don't think so, Roldy. Not at least in comparison to this year, because next year we're playing the AFC West. I mean, the Chiefs are tough, but outside of that, none of those teams really scare me. I mean, people are scared of Herbert. Herbert's won 1 game as a starter, I think, maybe 2 games as a starter. I know Tyrod Taylor won the first week. The Chargers don't have a great team. The Raiders are okay; they're beatable, and the Broncos suck. And then they play the NFC South, was it? Breeze will probably be retired. The Saints will probably still be pretty good. The Panthers, they're kind of where we are now. The Falcons suck. They'll be rebuilding. And the Bucks, who knows? Brady will be 90,000 years old. So who knows with that? I'm not too worried about our schedule next year. I think it's actually going to be less challenging than this year. Let's see what we got here. Chris, great stream tonight. I appreciate that, Chris Leon, man. Thanks for popping in the stream, man. And I'll be back home tomorrow. So you'll see the green screen. You won't get – and I didn't bring over the light, so it looks even worse right now with this camera. But I'll be back home tomorrow. You'll get the green screen when I do my preview video. Steph, where is – I don't know where Steph is. I don't know. She's not here. I know what you don't want to hear about, but the draft, would you be okay with drafting a wide receiver and trading up in the late first or early second for a corner? We'll worry about it when we get there, Brady. Here's what I'll say. I mean, if you ask me right now, I would say we're, based on where I think we're going to be drafting, I think we're going to either take a wide receiver or a cornerback. But again, I haven't done near enough research, to confidently say that. But I would tell you that that's probably where we'd be looking, based on where I think we'll be drafting, a cornerback or a wide receiver in the first round. Let's see what we got here. Chris, you think all teams are beatable in the next 5 weeks? Listen, Big Blue I love Big Blue in the Bronx, by the way. Got to get him on the channel soon. Maybe Saturday, Big Blue in the Bronx. You want to come on Saturday for the roundtable? You're in. Just message me on Twitter. I know you follow me. He's got a great voice. But what was I going to say? The next 5 weeks, any given Sunday, anybody can win. And the way we're playing better. We could win. Am I telling you we're going to? No. But I think every team we're playing has flaws. But without Daniel Jones, I'd be lying to you if I told you I thought we were going to beat Seattle this week. Do I think we could if we create some turnovers and we control the clock? Sure. But am I picking it? No. But yeah, I think with Jones, I definitely think we could beat Arizona. With Jones, I definitely think we could beat Cleveland. And we don't know what Baltimore's going to look like. Baltimore hasn't looked great. We don't know yet, So 1 week at a time, though. 1 week at a time. Fishing Man, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. He says, when is the Bobby roundtable? Oh God, Bobby. Could you imagine? Let's think about this. I don't know if Bobby's still in here. Could you imagine Bobby Woodruff? I love Bobby, by the way. Bobby's the man. Could you imagine Bobby Woodruff on a live stream for 3 straight hours? Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? I don't know. It might be too much Bobby for me. I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Got to be careful what you say. I hope you're right about next season's schedule. Well, I'm not saying it's going to be. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, Roldy. But I think it'll be less challenging than this year. Heck with draft talk. We done long enough since we're turds. I want to live for today. Draft talk's through I'm with you, Brandon. I'm completely with you. I will worry about the draft when we get there. And right now, I think we're going to be playing competitive football down to week 17. Then we worry about the draft. And hopefully we don't worry about it for another 4 weeks after that. But take it 1 week at a time, my man. 1 week at a time. Talk about 500K views. I don't know what that means, but if you guys haven't done so, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell. Sugar Tots is the man, by the way. I always like to shout him out. Thank you for being here, buddy. Do I think Eli's 10 gets retirement ceremony next season? Sean Evans, there's a great Giants fan right there. There's my kind of profile picture. Sean, do I think yes. It was going to get retired this year, Sean. It was set up to get retired this year, and then COVID hit. Otherwise, it would have been. So, do I think it'll happen next year? Yeah, I think they're going to do him and Strahan together, from what I understand. I think they were going to do it for the Bucs game, or at least that's what people were projecting. But yes, as long as fans could be in the stands, I think they will retire Eli's jersey. He'll be in the Ring of Honor. He won't. He won't even get a statue. I mean, Nick Foles gets a statue for the Eagles, but Eli won't get a statue, or Lawrence Taylor won't get a statue for the Giants. But his number will be retired. I promise you that. What's going on there, Spencer, man? Thanks for popping in the stream, buddy. How long am I streaming for? I'm going to go for another 15 minutes. I started at 8:50. I'll go to about 11:05, 11:10 maybe. Yeah, go about another 20, 25 minutes. But thank you to everybody for being here. I do appreciate it. Just pare it back. From what I understand, he's talking about the Bobby stream. What do you mean? I love Bobby. I'm just kidding. I'm not messing with Bobby. I love Bobby. Word, what's going on, man? He says, Tana is the GOAT. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Joseph Bobby says, great stream. You're the GOAT. I appreciate that, man. Nothing is better than watching an Uncle Vic rant after a Giants win. The Washington Fours. There's one guy. I almost worked with him. I got to reach out to him because when I first started on YouTube, I reached out to Vic, and I was like newer, and he has like an agent and everything. Like I had to email his agents and everything else, and we almost worked together. And something happened where we didn't. I would love to have Vic on the channel. I don't have his agent's email anymore. But if I do have it, I may reach out to him because he'd be a great guest. I'd love to have him on the channel. He's awesome. And ER, thank you very much, man. Hey, man, huge fan of the channel, and go Giants. Hello from Cali. Thank you so much, man. ER, man. Thank you so much for popping in the stream, buddy. Let's get a win this week, man. I want to see more DJ and Slayton connection. I think you'll see it this week. I think you'll see more well, not DJ, but I think you're going to see them try to feature Slayton a little bit more this week. What, you think Bobby would get us 500,000 views? Maybe he would. Afghanistan, just watching the stream. Well, thank you for being here, Sunday. I appreciate it. I love it when you take shots at the Eagles, Chris. You got to have fun on YouTube, and get used to me taking more shots at the Eagles as the Giants start to win football games. I mean, let's talk about the Eagles. Let's talk about the Eagles, Matthew. They got a head coach who doesn't know how to kick extra points. And when he does kick extra points, they miss it because they're not used to it. The kicker goes out, he said, we're not going for two. They don't kick extra points. They go for it on 4th and 4 at the 15-yard line when they're down 11 points with 9 minutes to go. Doug Peterson doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's the worst coach, in my opinion, when I watch on a game-in, game-out basis in football. He's that bad. He's that bad of a play caller. They almost have as much negative cap space as the cap space in whole. Like, the cap space is going to be about $175 million next year. They've got negative 63. They're almost at negative 175. They've got no cap space. They've got aging veterans. They've got a quarterback who thinks he needs to throw to the opposing team. Like, they don't know what they're doing. The Eagles are a disgrace. The Eagles are going to get much worse. They're a horrible football team. Horrible football team. Let's see what we got here. If Slayton and Ingram didn't drop, DJ is active. Maybe. Maybe he doesn't run it. Maybe he doesn't run as much. Let's see what we got here. They went for 15 3-point. That's insane, Alvin. That's insane. I don't, Sean, but you don't ever feel the need to have to do that, man. But no, I don't. Maybe I'll do that in the future. Some people, I guess, feel more comfortable doing that. I don't know, Sean, but you don't have to feel the need to do that. But I appreciate you for asking, man. I think I have a Cash App. I think my sister, yeah, I do. My sister sends me money through Cash App for my cell phone bill. Roldy says, Chris, I'm not confident in Tibbs. Sounds like he would start Noel instead of Robinson, which is crazy. I wish we give Mill the head coaching job. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard that he's not too fond of Mitchell Robinson, which I'm not. I don't like that. But maybe it's a I don't know. Maybe it's like a what's the word I'm trying to come up with? Maybe he's trying to motivate him. I don't know. But I like Mitch. I want to see Mitch get a playing time. But I do like Tibbs. I'm going to give Tibbs a real chance here. Do you think a Sterling Shepard autographed football would be worth anything? I'm sure it'd be worth something. Not a lot, but I'm sure it'd be worth something. I love Shepard. He just needs to stay healthy. If we do beat the Seahawks, do you think we would be nearly solidified as the division winner? Yes. Well, I won't say solidified. We've still got to win. But based on our schedule, if we beat the Seahawks without Daniel Jones, and I'm assuming we're going to beat Dallas the last week, I think that would get us in. So, yes, if we beat Seattle, I would put our playoff – if we win this week and the other three teams lose, which I think they're going to, and I'm not picking us to win, but if we were to win, I would probably put us at about 80% to make the playoffs. I'd put us about 80%. If the Giants win, Washington loses to Pittsburgh, Dallas loses to Baltimore, and I think the Packers play the Eagles. If they all lose, which they should, and the Giants win, I'd put us at about 80% to make the playoffs. 80%. Would you rather win the division with Colt McCoy or lose the division with Daniel Jones? Win the division. Win the division. Win the division. Win the division. So I got to say it again? Win the division. Yeah, I mean, that'd be like asking a Giants fan back in 1990, would you rather win the division with Jeff Hostetler or lose the division with Phil Simms? Asking an Eagles fan, would you rather lose the division with Carson Wentz or win the division with Nick Foles? Win the division. Win the division. You got to win the division. Let's see what we got here. Washington is going to deal Pittsburgh their first loss. Ventura, you're a Pittsburgh fan. I wouldn't be shocked. I said that earlier. I wouldn't be shocked. Good night, bro. Great stream as always, man. Neil, man, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it, buddy. Me too. I didn't watch his. I don't know. Oh, you talking about Thibodeau? I like Thibodeau, man. What's going on, Steven Rivera, man? Thanks for popping in the stream, buddy, man. Appreciate you for popping in, man. Who wins the division? Call me crazy. Negative Giants fans might hate hearing it. I'm picking the Giants. But that might change. But today, I'm picking the Giants. I think the Giants need 6 wins to get in. I think they get 6. I think they find a way to win one of the next 4, and I think they beat the Cowboys. I think that gets them in. I'm picking the Giants. I think the Giants are going to make the playoffs. Now, if Washington wins 7, I don't think that. But I think Washington wins 6. I think the Giants are going to get in. They're my pick right now to make the playoffs. What's going on, Asanya? My next popping in the stream. G-Men Sports. It is so good to hear that we can win the division. I'm picking us. I think we're going to. I'm not super confident that we're going to, but I think we're going to right now, if you ask me. I think it's either going to be the Giants or Washington. Giants or Washington is going to win the division. As a huge Jones supporter, I kind of find it annoying how many people have jumped on his bandwagon recently. Aaron, that's just part of it, man. That's the way it works, man. As a huge Gettleman supporter, and you know what? Nobody's ever going to jump on the Gettleman bandwagon because people hate him. But I'm a Gettleman supporter, and if people jump on the bandwagon, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be like, oh, they finally saw the light. But it is what it is, man. I want them to support our players. I want them to support our coach. I want them to support our GM. And I want them, for them to earn their support. But it is what it is, man. I'm glad people are starting to support DJ. Let's see what we got. How are the Giants doing in cap space? We got about $22 million right now. It depends on where you look. 18 to 22 million. But that's with the cap space dipping because the cap space is dropping right now. I've come around to Dave G. I like Dave G, Sean. I like Dave G. I like Dave. He's my kind of guy. Kayla, man, you have a great night, man. Thanks for popping in the stream, buddy. How much do you think McKinney will play this week? 20 snaps. 17 to 20 snaps. I think he gets an increase. He only had like 3 this week. I think he gets an increase. I think you're right, Tana. Whether we win the division or not, I think the Giants are the best team at this point in the – they are, in my opinion. They are. And Alexander, man, thank you very much, man. What teams in the next 5 games do you think we're going to beat? Dallas? And I'm not going to give you a team we're definitively going to beat, but what I'm going to tell you is this. Over the next 4 challenging games, I think we win 1. I think we find a way to win 1. What's the more realistic one? Arizona or Cleveland? I think we win 1. I don't know. I can't tell you who it's going to be against. I don't think we go 0-4. I think we find a way to win 1 and we beat Dallas. That's my prediction. I got us at 6 wins. I had 6 wins at the beginning of the year. Obviously, my thought process might have changed a little bit when they started like 0-6 or whatever it was. But I had 6-10 at the beginning of the year. I'm sticking with it. I think it's reasonable to think we could win 1 out of the next 4. And I think it's very reasonable to think we could beat Dallas. Rincon, thank you very much, man. I think I pulled my hammy grabbing this beer. God, so you can't even donate your hamstring to Daniel Jones now. What are you doing, Rincon? The hell are you doing? But thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, man. How do you feel about the Washington schedule? I don't have it in front of me, but I know they play Pittsburgh this week, which should be a loss. They play the Eagles the last week. I know they play Carolina. They play Seattle. And they play – I got them penciled in for 2 wins. I think they're going to get 2 – they play the 49ers in San Francisco. I've got them penciled in for 2 wins. I think Washington gets 6 wins, but we have the tiebreaker. Let's see what we got here. If the Giants win 7, Judge for Coach of the Year. I don't think Judge is going to get Coach of the Year. It would be really hard to give somebody a Coach of the Year on 7 wins. I would love it. But, like the Steelers go undefeated, how do you not give Tomlin Coach of the Year? Like if the Steelers go 16-0, Like I would love Judge to get it, but if the Steelers go 16-0, I think Tomlin's going to get Coach of the Year. Even if the Steelers go 15-1, I think Tomlin's going to get Coach of the Year. The Steelers coming into the year, I was pretty high on them when I did my research before we played them week 1. I don't think anybody had them anywhere near 15, 14, 16 wins. So if you ask me, I think Tomlin right now is the front runner. But Flores is a guy I've been promoting. I've been saying I think Flores deserves a lot of consideration as well. But I think right now Tomlin's got to be the front runner. Most people had the Ravens winning that division. They weren't known as a powerhouse coming in. I think you got to go with Tomlin. Comeback player of the year, Big Ben. Slick, I got to get your hat, by the way. I'm going to do, as soon as I get back from the hotel, that's going to be the first thing I do tomorrow. Going to get you your hat and Rudy his hat. He says, comeback player of the year, Big Ben or Alex Smith. I'll go with Big Ben. Big Ben. Raymond, man, thank you very much. What would DJ have to do in year 3 to pick up the 5th year? I think I let him play the 4th year regardless. But for him to get the extension before the end of his before the rookie extension on the 5th year, he would have to put this team in serious playoff contention. I'm not just talking wild card loss. I'm talking, advancement in the playoffs. That's what he would need to do for me to give him that extension before deciding whether or not I'm going to give him that 5th year extension on the rookie deal. He's got to he's got to have us, winning 11, 12 games and putting us in serious contention to advance in the playoffs. That's my mentality with Jones. And I think he could. I'm hoping he will. I think we're gonna be a playoff team next year. I think we can be a playoff team this year. Giants will win on Sunday. Love the confidence. Love the confidence, man. It's if Smith doesn't, I think you got to go Big Ben. I think Big Ben's winning comeback play of the year. Hands down, Smith. That was a gruesome injury. It was, but Smith hasn't played the whole year either. Like, how many? I don't even know. How many games has Smith played? Has he played, he's only got 3 touchdowns too, doesn't he? I think you got to go Big Ben. And I know it was a gruesome injury. Dharma, man, thank you very much, man. What it do, baby do? Daniel, Too Quick Jones. What's going on, my man? Thanks for popping in the stream, man. We'll see if Jones is back this week. I'm leaning no, but we'll see, man. I want to make sure he's healthy. Hopefully he comes back and he's healthy. If we make the playoffs, who do you want to play the least? If we make the playoffs, who do I want to play the least? I would go with probably the Seahawks, just because of Russ. Probably the Seahawks. I'd say the Saints, but I don't think the Saints are losing the division. I'd probably go the Seahawks in terms of realistic teams we could play. I'd probably go the Seahawks. Westbrook has the experience. Like the Cardinals, for example, Kyler Murray's never played in a playoff game. And they'd be traveling across the country. So would the Seahawks. I think I'd go with the Seahawks. Yeah. Packers are winning the North, though. We're not going to play the Packers. Packers are winning the North. Let's see what we got here. Do we need to draft a quarterback? No. N freaking O. Can you guys believe this, guys? Can you guys believe this? That we had people after 2 weeks into the season. We had people that were talking about tanking for Trevor Lawrence. Let's rewind and recap that. 2 weeks into an NFL season, a year in which you're a quarterback threw 24 touchdowns and 12 interceptions in his rookie year, a year in which he had no preseason, a year in which he was learning a brand new scheme when you knew he was going to start off poor, a year in which he played the best defense in football week 1 in the Pittsburgh Steelers, a year in which he played the Chicago Bears, a top 10 defense in the NFL week 2, you had people actually saying they wanted to tank 2 weeks into a season to get a quarterback. That happened. Let's revisit that. No, Danny Jones, your quarterback in 2021. Let's see what we got here. Guys, don't worry. I want to keep DJ. Just curious about his opinion. Yeah, we're keeping DJ. We're keeping DJ. Should we consider investing more in a backup quarterback if Jones is the guy? Yes, I would not be against that, Kurt. I would not be. I would not be against that, man. Let's see what we got here. Tomorrow, I'm leaving the hotel tomorrow, boy. Bears suck. They lost their last 5, and Pittsburgh is trapped. Fabian, I love you. Pittsburgh's 11-0. Pittsburgh's 11-0. How are they trash? Pittsburgh has the best defense in the NFL. How are they trash? If 11-0 is trash, I want the Giants to be in the dumpster. I would love to be 11-0. 11-0 is trash? Dr. Demolition Man, thank you very much. I appreciate it. 4 wins, y'all need to do it. No, we don't need to do it. Joey, man, thank you so much, man. I do appreciate it, man. He says, do you think the Giants will split the carrying duties between Gallman and Barkley next year? I don't know if it'll be a full 50-50 split. I think Gallman will get more carries than we thought he was going to going into this year. I think Gallman, if he's back with the team, he's a free agent. But I don't think Barkley's going to get nearly as many carries as we initially anticipated as New York Giants fans going into this season next year, coming off the injury. I would say like a 65-35 split. I don't think it'll be an even split. Raymond, man, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, man. He says, NBA won't test for weed. Will the NFL follow suit? That's a really good question. That is a really good question. I'm going to lean no. NBA teams seems to be much more, I don't get into politics, but NBA seems to be much more, I guess, liberal leaning, and NFL seems to be much more conservative leaning. I would guess probably not. I would guess, and it maybe eventually. Well, didn't they did soften their stance on marijuana this year, though. They did soften their stance, so maybe they will. They did soften their stance, so maybe they will. Do you see the Jets getting a win this year? No, I don't. That's another question I've been asked so many times on this channel is, what's more likely, the Steelers going undefeated or the Jets going 0-16? I think the Jets going 0-16 is more likely. I don't know the Jets' schedule remaining, but I know they still play really tough teams because I remember looking at it. I don't think the Jets are going to win a game. I'd say there's like a 40%, maybe 35% chance they win one game. I am leaning that they will go 0-16. Jimmy says, this team has the pieces during the season. We all say, let's tank. Then in the offseason, we all say, Jimmy, you know what's funny is, you know what the funniest thing to me is, Jimmy? And again, this is just my opinion. I respect everybody's opinion. But you know what the funniest thing to me is? You have so many people that want to fire our general manager, yet everybody wants to keep the players that he brought in. We can't let go of Leonard Williams. We can't let go of Logan Ryan. But they want to fire him. I don't know, Jimmy. I don't know, Jimmy. I don't know, Jimmy. Jimmy, I don't know. Let's see what we got here. What's going on, Afghanistan? I wanted to shout out Afghanistan, man. Thanks for popping in the stream, man. Thank you so much for being here, man. And Raymond, man, thank you very much. I appreciate it. More likely Jets win a game or Jags win one more. I don't know the Jags schedule, but I would say Jags win one more. Nitro Freak, man. What's going on, man? Thanks so much for popping in the stream, man. Best thing about the Giants winning is Gettleman gets to stay. Go Giants. Hashtag. Oh. Nitro Freak, man. Don't sleep on Gettleman, baby. Don't sleep on Gettleman, baby. You're gonna make fun of Gettleman? You're gonna make wait. You're an Eagles fan. You're an Eagles fan, and you're gonna make fun of my GM? And I know that you guys won a Super Bowl. Your GM needs to take accounting classes. Your GM needs to learn how to balance a cap and not backload every contract known to man. You're gonna make fun of my GM? Howie Roseman's a disgrace. Have you seen your cap? Every Eagles fan I talked to said that, oh, Howie Roseman is a genius. He's a cap wizard. Oh, he's the best. Oh, he's the best. All he did was backload everything. Backload, cap hell. You're gonna make fun of my GM? Your GM is a shit show. Your GM drafted a backup quarterback when you were paying your quarterback max money in the second round. Your GM drafted Jalen Reagor. Your GM drafted Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson. You're going to make fun of my GM? Okay. Oh, okay, Nitro Freak. Let's see what we got here. How much longer do you think we will have Graham at the DC? I'm hoping at least another year. Aaron Judge. I want to keep him here as long as we possibly can. When's the next member stream? Nick the Wick says. Next week. I said it earlier in the stream, Nick. I'm hoping Tuesday. I'm hoping Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. Let's see what we got here. Have you heard these players in the interviews after their career? Percy Harvin claimed to smoke weed before every game due to pain. I think it is better than PEDs for pain. Nick, I'm not against it. Chris, stop. I hate Gettleman indeed. I don't want Williams. And the only reason why Logan Ryan signed was the minimum because of the trouble of our cornerback. Rolly, we're all entitled to our own opinions, Rolly. I like Gettleman. You don't. It is what it is. And, if they move on, I'll support the next GM that they bring in. Nitro Freak says, I hate Howie. He's out the door after the season. I'm just happy the Giants will be set back years. By the way, Jefferson would stink here. You follow your Eagles a lot more than I do. So maybe that is the case. Nitro, it's all just in good fun, man. And at least you recognize. Yeah, Howie sucks. Howie sucks, man. But thank you for the love, man. I really do appreciate it, man. Darth Laker, man. Thank you very much, man. How do you become a member? I've had a number of people ask me that, actually. They asked me for the link to it. I don't know how it works. If you go to my channel, like at least on the laptop, I don't know if it's on the phone. If you go to my channel Matter of fact, let me go right now so I can see it because I get asked this question all the time. If you go to my channel, there should be in the top left corner, you should see a join button. It's like a white join button. If you hit that, then it gives you, then it walks you through the steps on how to become a member. Dark Liquor on my main channel page, it'll say it'll have a join button. But thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Raymond says, I hope Howie is smart. That's where our GM is from. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna give Joe Douglas credit. I actually think Joe Douglas has done a good job with the Jets, even though you're 0-16. I think he did a good job with the Jets. I think you guys are actually headed down the right path. Let's see what we got. Jake, what's going on, man? He says, what's up, Chris? I was working tonight. Sorry I couldn't make the stream. I think we can take the Seahawks on Sunday. Jake, I hope you're here, man. I hope we get the party together. And I hope we come up with a victory, man, because the stream will be over here, man. Thank you for popping in. I'm going to end this in, I don't even know what time. Oh, it says it right there, 11:10. I'll go for another 10 minutes. What position are the Giants most slim at? Solly wants to know. I would say edge rusher at this point. I would say edge rusher. We're probably the slimmest at. Or exterior cornerback. Because especially with all the injuries. So I would go edge rusher right now. We're probably thinnest at. I hope DG can sign Williams. Yeah, me too, Sean. The only thing I worry about with Williams, and we'll see, reports are coming out, supposedly, that Leonard Williams, I'm not giving out a wrench right now, Samuel. I saw yes like 7 times. I'm not giving out a wrench right now. Nothing to do with you. I just not giving out a wrench right now. I've seen reports that Leonard Williams is potentially going to be asking between $20 and $25 million. Now, who knows? But with the cap going down, I don't think he could warrant that. I don't think he could ask for that, but we can't give him that. But I do want to bring him back. He fits the scheme so well. He's played so well. I want him back, man. I really do. But we can't give him that kind of money, man. But we'll see what happens in the offseason, man. Who's going to win a championship first? Knicks, Giants, or Mets? Okay, Crimson. There's no way of me knowing this, Crimson, because I don't know. Championships require so much luck. Okay, they just do. They require so much luck. Things need to bounce your way. But if you ask me today, who is the most likely to win a championship the soonest, it's the Mets. It's the Mets. Now, and the reason I say that is because I already think the Mets have a team that's, in my opinion, on paper, close to a playoff team. They had a ton of injuries this season during the short season. They have an owner that's going to spend a ton with Steve Cohen. And I think they're going to go out there and sign some players. So I'd go with the Mets. But I think the Giants could be competing next year if things break our way. So I don't know, but I'd lean the Mets right now. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Jalen, there you go. Jalen Wood, man. Stand up, new member. Thank you for joining the channel, Jalen, man. I really appreciate it, buddy. We're going to close this. I think I might have heard them knocking on the door next door. So I think we're going to end this now. We're going to end in like 2 minutes. I love you too, Crimson. Thanks for popping in the stream, man. Afghanistan says, I'll give him 15 and a half, maybe 16 and a half tops. No way you can offer more than 4 years, $65 million. I think that's where I'd want him at. 16, 17 tops, Afghanistan. I think that's where I'd want him. Do you think we can get Bud Dupree at a discount because of his injury? The problem is Bud Dupree's not gonna play next year if he's out for a year. He's not gonna. This is like week 11. Raymond says, in your opinion, is Rex the best Jets head coach in the last 30 years? No. Raymond. Hold on, Raymond. You're talking to a Giants fan. Raymond. You think I'm going to tell you I think Rex Ryan's the best Jets head coach? Raymond. What famous Giants coach coached for the Jets? Raymond. Come on, buddy. Come on, you're better than that. You can't come into my house and you had Bill Parcells. Raymond. Come on, baby. Bill Parcells. Let's see what we got here. Myles Garrett or Aaron Donald? I still gotta go Aaron Donald, man. Chris, what do you think the Knicks record is going to be this year? 33 wins. I'll give them 33, 34 wins. I think they'll be better. It's the FBI, Chris. Glad to see Jedi's in here. Your neighbors must think, yeah, my neighbors want to kill me probably. Put my beautiful there you go. You're gorgeous, Pat. Mwah. Let me kiss you. Mwah. Thank you, Pat. Chris, pancakes or what? Pancakes all day. Pancakes all day. Chris, this is our first matchup since I've had my YouTube channel. Sam Dog, if you want to come on, I don't know if I have, because it's a giant show on Saturday, so I won't have you on the whole time, because I have like giant YouTubers on. But I will make you my first guest if you want to come on. We could talk about the game for 10 minutes or so if you want to come on. I know you've been with my channel forever. If you want to come on via video, message me on Twitter. I'll give you the link before I go live, and I'll have you on as my first guest. Message me on Twitter. Raphael, man, thank you very much, man. How many noise complaints did you get? So I haven't gotten any so far, Raphael. And luckily it's my last night, but none yet. What's going on there, Dust Thunder, man? Thanks for popping in the stream, buddy. Who will stay in the coaching staff for longer, Jason Garrett or Patrick Graham? I think it's about, I'm hoping Graham. I hope we get at least one more year out of both. That's what I'm hoping. I want continuity. All right, Chris Cushman. Yeah, I got to go too. You know what, guys? I am going to close it out because my neighbors are probably going to kill me. I will have a video up tomorrow. I think I'm going to be live with Bad Dog tomorrow. I haven't talked to him, but I'm assuming I'm going to be live with Bad Dog tomorrow on his channel, Talking Giants. I should have my preview video up tomorrow, so hopefully y'all check that out. And if there's any other news, I'll have it up. Saturday, we're going to be live again on this channel, the same stream we do every week, where people phone in. I'll have, some Giants content creators on. And then Sunday, we'll be here live for the game. And then possibly Sunday night if we win. So we're going to be very busy these next couple of days. The live Saturdays around the same time, like 8:45 Eastern, in that ballpark. But, guys, I had so much fun. I can't say thank you enough for everything you always do for the channel. You guys blew the stream up. I couldn't believe I had over 100 people before I hit the live button tonight. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, why? This isn't even a game. It's nothing. I had like 130 people in here before I even went live. So I could never say thank you enough for you guys inspiring me to continue to work as hard as I can on YouTube and to put out the content that I do. I could never, ever say thank you enough. I try to show my appreciation as much as I can. Thank you guys for continuing to support the channel. You guys are the best. Love you guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. As always, if you like what you watch, please subscribe. Drop a comment. Maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.